Hello, hello. Let's get this desktop audio going. It's not showing on OBS. It's so weird. Depending on the stream, for whatever reason, sometimes it's going to work and then sometimes it's not going to. It just decides what it wants to do, basically like my hair. Hair did the same thing today. Also, me tagging Hero, I forgot to do. I don't know what it is about. Hello, everyone. I don't know what it is about Tuesday mornings. It's so out of whack. I guess it's because it's just like a random day, so it doesn't have to adhere to the rules of like a normal day. But it's supposed to storm really bad where I'm at, and then like our toilet's messed up, and then like this other thing. It's just a lot. Okay, and my hair is not it today. It's not. I'm not happy, but it's okay. It's not about my hair. This isn't the Joy Hair stream. And now the audio is. I think I might just have to turn it up for this game. Yeah, I think that's all it is. Just turn that baby up. Oh, well, it has to be playing for me to. And the music's so nice, so I don't want to miss it. I mean, I can hear it, but I don't want y'all to miss it. Alright, so I'm nervous. In the sense of last stream ended very well in terms of like where we are in the story. Like Q and Milo are like officially a thing right now. Like they're a thing. Things are going good. They had like a heart-to-heart. Some crazy shit happened. Like the masquerade got fucking bombed and like invaded by a bunch of military people. So shit's gonna we're coming towards something, and I'm very nervous about it. But you know what? That's life. That's life for Quaint. Okay, so let's just not waste any more time. Fucking read. Oh god, I left it off here. This is not a good way to start the stream. Wait. It'll be better if I do this. This will fix it. This will make it more tolerable. We have a matching background. I'm in the room with them. I don't know why I'm so amused by this even now. Even now I'm like, this is so funny, holy shit. Hello, Reed. Come in. What up, Phelps? Cut to the chase, Phelps. Okay, he just got here. How's the situation in Millbrook? I'm afraid there are no new developments for now, sir. We have confirmed no enemy sightings nor communication attempts from the Society side. In addition, the agents found no success trying to re-enter the castle despite their best efforts. Scoff. So it might have just been a fever dream after all, huh? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. What a load of crap. Well, the true nature of these events is yet to be determined, sir. It is to say, however, that we are still unable to locate the missing assets. We try to track them down using their personal devices, but they are either out of range or deactivated. Should I organize a more extensive search on site? That'll come up sooner or later. Either running away, running back with their tails between their legs, like 162, if that even was his body. I assume the lab tests are still in progress? Actually, the preliminary results have just come in, sir, so if I may present them. Sure, go ahead. Certainly. From what we have gathered, only the initial blood sample was consistent with 162's record in our database. All the remaining samples were not a match. Finally, a solid piece of evidence, so it's not him after all, huh? But how? The face, the signature, everything down to the shape of his teeth. How in the world do you produce a body so perfectly similar it can only be set apart with DNA testing? Well, I could deem it impossible to achieve in normal circumstances, sir. Unless what, Phelps? Unless we abandon all reason and turn to some wacky supernatural explanation? Come on, that's insultingly naive for someone of your intelligence. Unless, you need to try harder than that. My apologies if this comes off as inappropriate, but that would be yet another thing we were unable to explain as of late, sir. So what? That's no excuse to suggest there's some hocus-pocus fuckery going on there, so stop wasting my time and focus. The more pressing matter is, if this is indeed a hoax, then what the hell happened to the real 162? He never pulled this on his own, so the Society must have been involved in one way or another, but why would they put in the effort to convince us that he's dead? Probably to make sure we would not look for him, sir. But why? What are they trying to accomplish? Several possibilities come to mind, sir. Maybe they wanted to dissuade us from sending out more people. or to stop us from investigating them altogether, or maybe to keep 162's involvement a secret. I would imagine that insider information about the structure, capabilities, and scope of the organization's work would give them a considerable advantage in case of a future conflict. There's only the question of whether he provided it willingly or not. Stop acting as if he'd just yield to enemy pressure. This is 162 we're talking about. If he gave them any info, and he must have if they were this determined to keep him, it must have been voluntary. So it's clear the bastard sold us out, but what would he gain from this? A cute partner. The one thing he would defy in order to keep, but was still denied. So you're saying separating him from 82 was a mistake? All I'm saying is we might have underestimated the long-term consequences of that decision. Maybe denying him emotional attachment was a step too far. And as sentimental as it may sound, I do think agents need something or someone to come home to. Otherwise, you might be able to keep them in line in loyalty alone. Trial and error, I guess. Trial and error. We'll have to consider that when we lay down guidelines for future batches. Yes, sir. What shall we do about the Millbrook situation? Well, let them think we've been deceived by their little trick, at least for now. The incident may ultimately work in our favor, but we need to reevaluate our strategy going forward. Order a general inventory, reinforce all security systems, and make changes to all standard procedures and agent routines. We need to do anything we can to ensure 162's knowledge of this place is as outdated as possible. Plus, tell the assets on site to keep continuous watch around the castle. If they notice anything out of the ordinary, I want to be notified immediately. Yes, sir. That's all. Dismissed. Aye, aye. Drink time, I'm guessing. Reading this bitch like a book. Or a visual novel. Day 1922. 1922. I don't know why I read it so weird. Oh, we're at the opera. Hello. This is a cute date. You know, it's nice to be away from all the crowd, but shouldn't you be sitting down with the other masters? Technically, yeah. But I'm not really in the mood for handshakes and small talk. Besides, the seating arrangement is rather strict, so we wouldn't be able to sit next to each other. And I'd rather not spend the afternoon listening to Ren ramble on and on about security risk. Why? Did something come up at the masters meeting? Well, I'm not really supposed to tell anyone, but let's just say the atmosphere around the ceremony has been rather tense. Between delegating the guards to accompany the guest and the new safety measures, we still have the unresolved issue of the masquerade night intrusion hanging over our heads, too. And we're no closer to solving it than we've been the past 2 weeks, despite our collective efforts. Wait, so we let them all in even though we still don't know whether they're involved or not? That's insane, Milo. I thought you had at least confirmed as much after interrogating the captives. Well, why do you think we've assigned a guard to each guest, love? Surely not to protect them. And as for the intruders, we've been trying to coax the details out of them, both threats and pleas, but they just won't talk. Not about their objectives, employers, or anything useful anyway. One of them keeps repeating how he won't collaborate with us because we murdered one of their people. You bastards killed 162, he says. As if we're supposed to know who that is. This is awkward. Shit, now that's a problem. I didn't expect them to bring it up at all. Well, you should never take an enemy's word at face value, but maybe that's something you could start with? Did he say anything else about that 162? No, not really. They wouldn't provide an actual name either. Just that he was investigating the society but got discovered and killed off. And that he had this number 162 tattooed on his left wrist, just like the rest of them. It's like they're all from a secret group or something. Uh-huh. Maybe it's not that bad if they didn't know my alias. I should be in the clear as long as I keep my signature concealed. But I mean, that must be either some weird misunderstanding or a lousy attempt to throw us off. We haven't had any intruders in ages up until the night of the masquerade, and even if we had... Cute, honesty is the key. It would be really weird to be honest right at this moment. There's a time and a place, and also a lot to explain. I forgot, I did make the choice to, I don't know if they were going to kiss regardless of what I, like, made the choice of, but I feel like it was kind of bad to give into the feelings kind of immediately, but maybe there was nothing I could do to change that. But also, like, YOLO. They wouldn't be executed without interrogation. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have at least heard about a captive spy being a master and all. Uh-huh. Say, what do you plan to do about those intruders if they don't talk? Are you going to torture them to find out what they know, or... I'm not sure. But the situation's getting more urgent by the day, and they're our only source of info. We might end up treating them with extraction spells, but those are pretty brutal, so... It would be in their best interest to start talking now. Oh, it's starting. If I may have everyone's attention. Thank you. Dear friends, oh, they're at a, like, auditorium. Oh, my bad. Not me thinking it was the opera. Dear friends and students, I am very pleased to welcome you here today as we begin the ceremony to appoint the new master of... June! Incidentally, today marks 40 years since my own appointment by the late Camilla Levet, the pioneer of healing magic as we know it. She was the one to revolutionize the teachings of our school by simplifying outdated recipes and developing a whole new branch of light-based regeneration spells. Both enormous improvements made possible thanks to her broad knowledge of biology, with occasional modest input from yours truly. But that, while fascinating, is a story for another day. Now, before we begin the forthcoming festivities, I would like to express my gratitude to the following members of the Snake Sabers Society for their undying support and invaluable contributions. And they're gonna be like, Q! The old guy sure likes to talk, huh? June must be... No, okay, I was tripping. Is his name always been Quentin in this damn name box, or has it been Q and then it switches from time to time? Because I could have swore for the longest time it just said Q. But maybe I was just... maybe I'm making it up. The longer I think about it, I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not. June must be stressed as hell waiting for the end of this speech. Well, it is his last day as a master, so it's only fair to indulge him a bit, I guess. Besides, it's never a bad idea to butter up to your colleagues, especially on a public stage like this. It's just cue in the flash. Okay. So I was like, I have seen it. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. You obviously don't become a master overnight, and everybody wants to believe they had a part in making it happen. Well, it surely must be a day to remember. I wish I could have been here to see yours, too. Nah, it's actually better that you weren't. I was such a mess back then. And it wasn't a glittering affair like today's ceremony either. Nobody was really in the mood for celebration, so we just dealt with the formalities and went back to work. Oh. Right, I'm sorry. It must have been right after your teachers. Yeah. It hadn't been a week since Maya's death, but someone had to take her place among the masters. I was reluctant at first. Too burdened with guilt to even consider taking over her position, but the others convinced me it was what she would have wanted. So I accepted the nomination for Maya's predecessor, but it must have been a truly sorry sight. Pale, heartbroken, worn out from the lack of sleep. I also cried throughout the whole thing, so my eyes were all red. And I couldn't even repeat the pledge without my voice cracking, so not my finest moment, to put it mildly. And with that said, I would like to invite to the stage my most accomplished apprentice and the most talented student I had the pleasure to teach, the next master of healing magic, June Silva. Come on over, dear. Golf clap. So, what happens to masters when they step down from their position? Do they just go on retirement or something? In a way, they do. When a new master takes over, the previous one becomes a sage. It earns them some privileges and public esteem, but it's basically just a title to boast about. So, the sages don't have any duties? There's only one I can think of. If someone violated the code, the sages would serve as judges deciding their fate. It doesn't happen often enough to become their everyday job, though. And since they no longer have their schools to manage, they can just focus on other things. Some say in close relationship with their students and continue with their research. Others withdraw into peace of their homes or set out to travel the world. Whatever makes them happy, I guess. I can definitely see you continue research well into your retirement. Yeah, well, apart from the fact that I genuinely love to experiment with matter, my work is quite literally the one thing that saved me when I thought I couldn't take it anymore. I don't want to think about what would have happened if I hadn't been dragged here by June and introduced to the art of transmutation. So I feel like I owe it to the society to pay back for the opportunities they gave me. But What did it save you from exactly? Oh, sorry. Guess you wouldn't want to talk about it. That's fine, too. I only asked because it got me worried. That's sweet of you, but it's all in the past now. And I might still tell you one day, but this is supposed to be a celebration, right? No need to sour the mood with sad backstories. Uh-huh. But speaking of work, I've been looking for something new to research on a side project. Now that I let go of my quest to resurrect the dead, I've got plenty of time on my hands, and I guess I'm craving a challenge. Well, I'm glad that little setback didn't put you off of some researching stuff. Do you have anything in mind? Nah, nothing specific just yet. But I'm kind of tempted to delve into... So it must be true what they say, huh? You really did get together with Meat Shield. Not Meat Shield! Kinda got us, though. And I thought you couldn't get any more irresponsible. Come on now, Iris. Committing to a serious relationship is a pretty responsible thing to do, right? Very funny. Especially the part where you think it won't end in heartbreak like all your previous flings. But that's besides the point. Do you not realize how bad this could be for everyone else? Or are you too selfish to care? Why bring it up if you don't think it'll last? Besides, I didn't know that the society's existence hinges on me being single. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Iris. I'll let you know what I think in 30 business days. Milo really, is so witty. I love them so much. You give them just any time to talk and you're gonna be like, for a second there, I was like, damn, Iris is getting us. And then Milo started talking, I was like, damn, Milo's getting Iris. Holy shit. Oh, stop with the charades. You know what I mean. You're putting yourself at risk by flaunting this in everyone's faces. That sounds like a self-report, Iris. I'm sorry you're single. I can't help you. It's so unfitting for someone of your status to get involved with a commoner like him. Excuse me. It's funny how the same thing can be said about you, yet you had no such reservations about your engagement to Warren. Who the fuck's Warren? Yeah. Sounds like a bit of a double standard, no? That's hardly the same thing. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Warren had been practicing magic before he could even read or write. He could be a master himself if he wanted to. Then do it. You can't compare him to your newbie boy toy who can barely cast a decent shield. First of all, that's bullshit, and you know it. And second of all, so what if Warren is slightly better at magic? Q could easily beat his ass at a fist fight, just like he did to your brother. Oh my god, they are related. Not you being related to Larry, Iris. Criminal. Yes, but there's a difference. Q has muscles. Exactly. And Milo's a savage. I don't see what you're getting at here. Right, Big Dummy can use his fist. How very impressive. Except you can't beat magic with brute force. And besides, this isn't even about those dorks, it's about you. You have a big enough target on your back as it is. Why add another weak point to the mix? If word gets out that he's someone close to you, they'll try to get to you through him. And you know the society would be doomed if something bad happened to you. Yeah, I'm well aware you and many others see me as this ultimate secret weapon the society can build its standing on. That's been clear to me from the get-go. But I'm human, too. And I need someone to care for me when you're all done singing praises about my cursed power. Holy shit! Am I a dumbass? Oh my god, I am the dumbest. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. It is at this exact moment that I just realized that Milo and Q are just the most prestigious people of their respective of the organization and of the society, and they're both placed on this super high pedestal, so much so that they're not allowed to have even personal relations or anything because it'll doom the future of the society and or organization. And I didn't realize they both had that in common, so I don't know how I missed that this whole time. I really didn't. I guess I just didn't make the connection. It's just whatever, it's fine. I want someone to actually be there for me when I need it, unlike the rest of you. You should have picked someone better then. Oh, just fuck right off, Iris. You don't get to ruin this for me. Yes, and moreover, they're both cute. I didn't make that connection either. But you're so right. I guess it's more subtle, And I think that's actually really well done. And I like that the theme of the story is we should put our personal relationships and our happiness over our responsibilities and duties and obligations and blah, blah, blah. How about you go and be a killjoy somewhere else? Easy there, drama queen. I was leaving anyway. Have fun with your sucker boyfriend while you can. Never know when he might get killed off. Bitch, I'm gonna kill your brother. What? What are you talking about? Who are you? She's crazy. Oh. More hug sprites in the world. Fucking Iris. I keep telling myself she's just looking out for me, but the way she's doing it is just... Ugh. As if I need to tell me that a relationship might be put you at risk. I'm well aware of that, even if it's not very likely, but... Is it wrong to think we could deserve to be happy despite all of this? Of course not. I'd already accepted the risk when I took up that bodyguard gig. Or maybe even before that. Ever since that accident in the library, all I really wanted was to protect you, you know? A vague threat like that would never scare me away. He's got away with words. You got me over here blushing. Like, what the fuck? Oh, hey lovebirds. I can see you ditched the main audience for a more private venue. Hope I'm not interrupting any heartfelt moments. Well, you kinda are, but it's your special day, so I'll allow it. So, how's our freshly minted Master of Healing? Oh, I think I can get used to the flattery. It's funny how everyone's suddenly dying to shake my hand now that I'm wearing this funky cape. But I'm just happy to have my efforts recognized, I guess. Plus, with the Master's stipend steadily flowing into my account, I will finally be able to ditch my day job. No more dealing with Karens and their ridiculous drinks for a shitty minimum wage. Yay! Aw, really? I mean, it's great you can afford to quit and all, but what about our daily hangouts at the cafe? I'm gonna miss that. Well, I'm not keeping that job just to chat with you between working the register and making lattes, buddy. My time is worth more than that. Not that I will have a lot of it anyway, with all the master's duties filling up my schedule, but we can still go out to lunch and hang out after work, as usual. It's not like I'm moving away or anything. I guess. Yep, it's all good. Anyway, I didn't come up here to looking for approval, but to deliver a juicy piece of news. Because you won't believe who came out of their lair to take part in this revelry. The Owl Man himself. No. Yes. Who? But why? I thought he avoided social events like the plague. Well, what do you know? I guess my appointment ceremony is that once-in-a-million-years occasion you'd absolutely hate to miss. Or maybe it's because his fat cat uncle came all the way from the archipelago, and what better opportunity to buy into his favor, right? Either way, I don't think he'll be coming back to his desk anytime soon, so do with this what you like, bub. Oh no, I mean, good for him, really. The poor man deserves a break every once in a while, right? Oh, absolutely. Now, it was nice to take a breather, but I gotta run back before they realize I was gone. Are you guys coming to the banquet after this? Banquet? You know what? I think we're gonna pass. I'm not feeling particularly sociable today. But you're more than welcome to bail early and drop by for a console party / movie night at Q's house later. Grab a date and some cake from the feast. We'll celebrate our own way. Sounds nice. I'll see what I can do. Goodbye. What, you don't keep a joke just for us? Evil Jude. Oh, you mean a job. A job just for us. Yeah, that'd be crazy to do that. Look, I'll try to keep him occupied for a while. Just don't get caught. I know. Thanks, June. Oh, masters really aren't allowed to have personal relationships, I guess. So, we're not going to the banquet then? Why were you actually looking forward to it, love? Well, not necessarily to the social stuff, but I thought the free food would be nice. Why the sudden change of plans? Because the damned watchdog is out of his post and guards are busy keeping an eye on the guests, and so will be less likely to draw anyone's attention. Huh? Why would we draw attention? What do you want to do? I'll explain the details later. Come on. What was that? Alright, this is as far as we can go with the portal. Careful now. Passing through the door removes all disguises and deception spells. If anyone spots us here, we're screwed. Well, I don't know the extent of defenses around this place, but wouldn't it be easier to just come by at night? I wish. The archivist never sleeps and can see in the dark, so good luck getting past while he's guarding the entrance. Why do you think I rushed down here the moment he stepped out? But what do you mean he never sleeps? You can't just decide not to sleep. If that was possible, I think I would have pulled it off by now. Well, his quirk makes it so he doesn't need to sleep. That must have been a huge selling point on his application. Wait, so I could have had a perfect life without sleep instead of my glamour solving? Wow, I feel robbed. Come on, it's nice to snuggle up in bed after a long day. I wonder if okay, I've been really weird about this quirk about Q. Not that seeing through glamours in and of itself is like a bad power, but I wonder if it goes one step further and it's not just I can see through some glamour spells, but I can see through just general deception or something. Like, I feel like that might be closer to it, unless I'm just speculating. I wouldn't say masters aren't allowed personal relationships. It's just that in Milo's case, it's a bit troublesome, just like Iris said. Okay, that's fair. Not sleeping is my dream. Honestly, I would get so much work done if I didn't sleep, but I'd also get no peace if I didn't sleep. So, mixed bag. Even more so when you get to share it with someone you love, no? I mean, yeah, but... Okay, but why are we sneaking in here anyway? I know the public isn't allowed into the archives without special permission, but that's surely not the case for you, right? Why can't you just request access to whatever you need? Because the sources I need are only accessible under strict supervision, and I don't want anyone to know that I'm looking into them. And since the archivist is out at the banquet, this is a perfect opportunity to grab what I want without notice. Well, that sounds shady. Are you trying to smuggle out some forbidden text or what? I would just want the day to be longer. Yeah, or maybe just require less sleep. Like, I feel like 3 hours is good. You know, 3 to 4 hours. I don't need a solid 8. Do you think I'd go to such lengths for a mushroom encyclopedia, Q? Of course it's forbidden knowledge, which is partly why I want to look into it. Look, I probably should have asked you for your input before we broke into the most restricted area in the castle. Yeah, maybe. And I'm sorry I dragged you into this, but at this point you're already an accomplice, so... How about we agree on mutual trust and worry about the details later, Sure, but keep this in fucking mind when we start dropping some crazy shit about how we were supposed to assassinate you. That's all I'm saying. I love you. Q, come on, man! Not him immediately, just like, you know what? Hot. Honestly, would do it again. They're perfect for each other. Now you keep watch while I search for the books, okay? Yeah. And I mean this in the most lovable way ever. Q is a dog. Milo is walking Q like a goddamn dog. And I believe Milo loves Q, okay? Very much. I just, like... if Milo was evil, Q would just be like... fucking dead. Am I not stealing books being equivalent to murder? Okay, it's equivalent of stealing forbidden knowledge. We don't know what the forbidden knowledge is. It could be like murdering somebody. Milo has murdered somebody. I don't know what the extent of this is. I'm assuming the worst, okay? So, I think these two are too far off. We know at least butterflies have been murdered. On accident. Q's was on accident, sort of. It was self-defense. That guy was crazy. I defend the homeless murder. Okay? It was probably okay. I love how they have the guts to just go and get what they want. I kind of envy them that. But all that talk about those captured agents has been making me uneasy. They may not talk even under pressure, but it seems like the society has a way of dealing with unhelpful subjects, and I don't have enough info to assess the risk. Hey, may I ask you something? I've been curious about these extraction spells. Why are you on the fence about using them on the captives? Well, it's mostly for ethical reasons. Extraction is a one-way transfer, so any information you take out is removed from a person's memory forever. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad if that was the end of it, but in some cases it may cause permanent damage, like paralysis or loss of conscious thought. All it takes is a slip of focus. So yeah, not the most humane solution out there. I see. Shit, so that's even worse than I thought. Yeah, see? Magic isn't anything to fucking play with. What if they extract the agent's memory and my face pops up out of the blue? I can't just sit back and let it crumble all over my head. But what options do I even have? Should I sneak into the dungeon and shut them up for good? Oh my god, no! We're not doing that. No, that's too risky. And also, with the current security measures, the list of subjects would be extremely short. And since I wasn't supposed to know about the interrogations in the first place, the combination of those two facts would point right at me. But maybe Maybe it'd be enough to warn the agents of what's coming. If I could convince them to give up some info, the society would have less incentive to use extraction spells, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Alright, here they are. Now I just need to transmute the covers of those ledgers and put them in their places. You're taking the originals? Can't you just duplicate them? I'd love to, but they're laced with anti-duplication spells. A simple swap should do. Nobody browses these dusty shelves anyway. Now, can you hold these on while I finish up the rest, love? Wait, aren't these... Why do you need a stack of void magic handbooks? Well, I told you I wanted to try something new, right? Somehow, I really did think that the peak of what Milo would do is just, try to, I don't know, bring their teacher back from the dead. And they were like, you know what? We'll do something else. And now they're instead moving to scarier void magic. And it just so happens that I have an affinity for unexplored subjects. I'm as far as one can be from trying to police your research topics, but are you sure this is a good idea? Smuggling out resources is one thing, but practicing an explicitly forbidden craft might be taking it too far. Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not taking these so I can go around wreaking havoc. I want to analyze the theory and see if I can apply it to other uses. It'd be a waste to reject the whole discipline and all that research that went into because of a single incident. Red might not understand that, but I'm sure you do, right? I don't fucking know. Fuck it. Sure, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I guess. Alright, that's all of them. Let's get out of here. This is gonna go bad. There are so many, things hanging out right now, and I have no idea how they're gonna resolve. And so I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go deep dive into the chaos. I don't know. I love how you didn't even try resist it. I love Milo. Where Milo goes, I go. Sorry. I think we're in the clear. Wait here while I go stash these away in my office. You know what? I just remembered I was supposed to send an email to a client, so I'm gonna head home first and take care of that, okay? Or do you need anything else? Nah, I'll be fine. I'll see you in 10, though. Alright. Goodbye. Oh, that one's a different color. Cute. I pointed to it like you could see my finger pointing at it, but it was the one on the right. Now quickly, before Milo comes back, I need to write down a message to warn the agents. Let's see. To the captured members of the organization, this is to warn you that the Society's plans to implement drastic measures if you refuse to cooperate any further. I advise you at least disclose how you got inside the castle and whether you received help from any third parties. Good luck. Destroy this message once read. That's good enough, I guess. Now to sign it. Should I reveal who I am, and they'd be more likely to comply? Or would it be better to play it safe and stay anonymous? Don't reveal yourself! If you reveal yourself, what difference does that make? They could just be like, well, this is somebody pretending to be 162. It could just be another society member who you told that you were looking for 162. No, stay anonymous. What the fuck? Signed, a friend. Alright, here's hoping that that'll satisfy the society's need for answers. Worst case scenario should be at least to buy me more time before I figure out a long-term solution. Though I'd really rather that wouldn't be the case. Ooh. We're gonna get found out. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The amount of build-up is really gonna kill me. Here, if you've got one skill, it's building up to things. I should probably change my green screen. I fucking hate the organization one. The background is fine, I prefer the society stuff. Yeah! It's more warm and cozy. Oh, June wants to meet up for coffee after work. We haven't had a chance to talk since her appointment. So. Yep. But Vale sent me an invite to a gaming party later. What should I do? Go with June! Hang out with June! Sorry, I like Vale, but we're hanging out with June. Coffee sounds nice. And I bet June already has some crazy stories to tell. Also, she's our bestie! Finally, a moment of peace. I've been running around like a headless chicken today. Wow, I'm so honored you took an hour of your busy schedule just to hang out with me. Are you getting used to your new duties? Yeah, I've done my share of chores before, so it's nothing new. But it is sure a lot of more work than I expected. I've got this constant stream of people storming my office day in and day out. And they come with the most trivial stuff, too. I never imagined I'd be in such high demand even after hours. Why, I'm sure everyone's curious to see the new master in person. And what better excuse than to ask for consultation, right? They will probably leave you alone once the novelty wears off. I sure hope so, because it's freaking annoying. But other than that, it's been a gigantic upgrade from my cafe job. I wish I could tell my mom about this, but you know, secrecy rules and stuff. It's my biggest accomplishment to date, and I can't even celebrate it with her. It sucks. Oh, that does suck. Oh. Well, maybe you should just be like, well, I'm like a headmaster at a private school in another country. Or like in the same country. No, you cannot visit my work because they're really strict about that kind of stuff, but so you could like share a half accomplishment maybe. I don't know. Or say it's like online. People don't know shit about online shit. Oh right, for all she knows, you're still a barista, huh? Yeah, it's a bit like leading a double life, I guess. Oh my gosh, she's Hannah Montana. I'm gonna have to think of something to tell her though. She's like to drop by unannounced and I can't risk her coming to my former workplace and asking around. Well, if you need an accomplice, you can count on me. I'll corroborate your lies. Good, because she wanted to meet you anyway. She says she needs to personally approve of Milo's new boyfriend. Why? What's it to her? Well, that's just how she is. And since Milo's been around our house all the time, she kind of treats them as her own kid. That's how my mom is. June of Montana. Maybe better. I could barely squeeze in a word about my own date. Oh? A date? Yeah, I'm going out with this girl I met in line for the coffee the other day. But I don't know if I should get excited about it just yet. Oh, I can tell you're just itching to talk about it. Go on. Okay, so I chatted her up as we were waiting, right? So we're talking. I finally get my order and then she decides to compliment my dress. And bam! I got so flustered I spilled the coffee all over myself like a complete fool. So she took me aside and helped me get it off. Oh, and then she offered to take me out for coffee to make up for the one I spilled. Might have been out of pity, who knows. Okay, I find this very funny too because for the longest time, not my sequel, obviously, but like a continuation of Tattoos and Tulips was supposed to be Likes and Lattes, which was actually this lesbian story about girls that met at a coffee shop. So, you know, I'm glad that we both love lesbians and coffee. Oh, no way, that's too cute. What's she like? Oh, very warm and sweet. And her name's Summer, so that's kind of fitting, Really? June and Summer, cute. June and Summer, that's almost too perfect. I don't know. Isn't it a bit on the nose? I don't want to get my hopes up just because of a cutesy thing like that. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. Thanks, bud. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let me tell you about this one lady who came in yesterday. Oh, drink time. More brekkie! Good morning, love. Hope you're hungry. I thought I'd take a shot at pancakes today. Wait, I just noticed, but hero, is this the Summer? Oh, who's the Summer? Well, I won't say no to pancakes. Oh, shit. It's a thing. Aww. I love domestic life. Too bad there's like this secret thing. See, that's the thing. Okay, that's the cruelty of these scenes is I can't fully soak in. I can't fully enjoy it because there's this lingering thing in the back of my mind like this is all gonna go wrong very quickly and you shouldn't get too complacent. Summer is the apprentice you would have spent time with instead of Vale if you picked Ren School. Aw, that's so cute. Q smiling, more Q smiling. Joy's waiting for the other shoe to drop. My anxiety can't take it. How unusual to see you up so early. And working the stove first thing in the morning too. And I thought life couldn't get any sweeter. Yeah, well, you better start getting ready, too. You have places to be today. Eh? What kind of places? I thought we'd spend the day clearing out dungeons and eating ungodly amounts of pizza. Can't we just say we're busy? Sounds lovely, but not this time. All masters will be taking their apprentices to the reader's place today. She agreed to grant a little request we made. You don't seem too thrilled about it. Let's just say I'm not too fond of the reader herself. At least you're in Q's headspace right now. Q just wanted to play Lord of Lies. Oh my god, that's adorable. I'll cry. It's frustrating enough that we've never seen eye to eye on just about anything, but she's just a heartless woman in both literal and figurative sense. What's that supposed to mean? Well, she's made a choice to have her heart sealed off by void magic. That means she doesn't have any feelings whatsoever. You could spit in her face and she wouldn't get mad. That's creepy as fuck, holy shit, okay. That sounds awful. Why'd she do that to herself? No idea. Maybe she thought it'd help her make unbiased judgments. Or to make sure she wouldn't feel guilty about the things she does to other people, or maybe she's just a little baby unable to deal with her own feelings. We may never know. But still. Sure, grief sucks, but to think you'd never be able to feel joy anymore. I know! That's just... What's even the point, then? Yeah, well, if she finds fulfillment in a life without affections, that's her right. But the way I see it, if it's our thoughts and feelings that make us human, then she willingly chose to discard a part of her humanity. But that doesn't make her better than the rest of us, despite what she might seem to believe. And as if that wasn't enough to dislike her, she'd been meddling with my previous relationships whenever she had a chance, too, so... If I were in her shoes, I'd expect all kinds of attention today. So, why exactly are we going there? That's the thing, I'm not supposed to tell you. Well, not you specifically. It's just that Ren decided we should keep it a secret for now. To make it fair for everyone, you know? Oh, so it's a test of some kind? I guess you could call it that, yeah. We're gonna put you guys to a test and evaluate the outcome. Oh, really? Not sure how I feel about being tested out of the blue. Especially against all those other apprentices who are just so much better than me. You'll be fine, love. You're just as good as them. Besides, it's more about analyzing your character. There might be some tricky questions, but the final result depends more on your reasoning than the accuracy of the answer. Fuck, is this gonna be an actual quiz? Because I'm gonna fail this shit. It will be telling of my character regardless. Or at least that's how it was before. Those might have been some changes since I was tested myself. Oh, so you've done that too? Yes, right before they appointed me as a master. And I'll be happy not to experience that ever again. No one should be given this much power over other people. Hey now. You just said it was just a test and now you're making it out to be some terrible ordeal. Should I prepare for the worst? No, but it's just unnecessary, invasive, and generally unpleasant, that's all. But then again, the same can be said about the reader herself, so go figure. You hate her with a passion. Damn right I do. And I don't want her anywhere near you. If it was up to me, she'd never be allowed to even look in your direction. Oh, don't worry about her. You know I only have eyes for you. That's not what I'm concerned about, silly. It's just that this whole idea makes me nauseous and... I just can't get these pancakes right no matter what I do. Oh my god, I just registered too. Milo's not good at cooking. All I wanted was to make you a nice breakfast. I'm sure it's not that bad. Let me taste one. Oh. Let's linger here for a second. Well, it is a bit on the crunchy side, but should be fine with a dash of syrup. No, it's completely burnt, Q. I don't have patience for this. Milo cooking rock stress. How thoughtful. Not rocks. They're trying. It's hard. But I find it funny because magic is all about like experiments or recipes and shit. And like has no problem there. But when it comes to just basic cooking, it's like this is... I guess that's part of the comedy. But at least they're cute. Exactly. At least that. I don't have patience for this. I'll just transmit you some and call it a day. Sorry I let you eat that. The batter looks fine though. The heat was probably too high. Should be easy enough to fix with the next batch. Well, too late now. Enjoy this neat transmuted stack. There's always next time. Well, and if when that happens, I'll be sure to ask for your assistance, love. But right now I need to drop by the castle and check in with the others, okay? I'll come to pick you up in half an hour, so try to be ready by then. Okay. Wait, there's one more thing. You're not gonna like this, but the Reader's place is protected by a portal-busting barrier, so we'll have to travel there on brooms. Ugh. Yeah, I know how much you hate flying, but getting there by land would take too long, and we're on a schedule. But if it's any consolation, I'll have you fly with me, so I hope that it takes it away some of your stress. You sure we can't just stay home? I'll bake you mini cheesecakes if you bail me out of this. No, but you can absolutely bake them for a different kind of favor once we come back. Deal! Not gonna lie, these pancakes look so good. You drew them beautifully. Exactly. I'll see you in a bit, okay? Yeah. Great. Whoa! 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 At least more broom flying. Be honest with me, Hero. Did you just want to use the broom flying CG again? You were like, I drew it once for one scene. I need to at least use it another time to justify having it. Because I wouldn't blame you. I'd probably do the same thing. Fucking brooms. Ow. I'll never get used to being suspended in the air with no protection. And now I'm gonna have a surprise test of the top two. Q's always been in trouble from the moment we walked in this bitch. But he's used to danger. What is this reader supposed to read anyway? Scripture? Fortunes? Mines? I sure hope it's not mines, because mine's been pretty one-track lately. Ooh, hello, Nayuki. Oh, fucking Larry! Get out of here! But I don't want anyone else to see me, see them like that, so... Oh! Whoa, wait, wait. Oh, they were scared of reading minds. Not because we're, like, hiding a secret or anything, but because we're gonna be thinking about Milo naked. Cool, great. Not the reader finding out Q is a simp. Wouldn't even have to read minds for it. That's the sad part. Keep it together, Q. For Milo's sake. Get away from me, Larry! Hey, can I talk to you for 1 second? Huh? The guy from the party? What was his name again? Larry! You know what? We'll listen. Just because I'm curious. Not because I want to. What's up? Oh, nicer than I expected. Yeah. So, do you remember me, or... Yeah, I beat your ass for disrespecting Milo. Did he come seeking revenge or what? Or what? Nah, nothing like that. Quite the opposite, actually. I think we got off on the wrong foot, so I wanted to apologize for my behavior the other night, okay? I had a bit too much, got carried away, and made a fool out of myself. I'm not doing the accent either. I'm just not fucking doing it. Let's be the bigger person, yeah. What do you say we forget about it and start over fresh? Fine. It's not bad to, it's not a bad thing to not... Yeah, I don't really remember... I don't really mind, but why? I think your ex's boyfriend would be the last person you'd want to befriend. Let's say I was impressed by your show of skill, and wouldn't it be a shame to miss out on a potential sparring buddy because of a past lover? We're adults after all, aren't we? Okay. Sparring buddy. You might upgrade to Lawrence at this rate, but I'm gonna wait. You're Larry until further notice. Yeah, right. I wonder what his actual deal is. Sure. Nice. I knew you were a reasonable guy. Man, you really don't look that tough, but these puppies sure do pack a punch, huh? I'd have never started anything if I'd known you could fight like that. Oh, well. Sorry for roughing you up, I guess. No hard feelings, man. I kinda deserved it, to be quite honest. You did have the advantage of not being shit-faced, though, so we might have to schedule a rematch sometime in the future, right? Anytime, any place, fucking Larry, I'll still kick your ass. It's Lawrence, by the way. I'm an apprentice of the elemental school. Nice to properly meet you, huh? Quentin. Hey, do you happen to know... Who's that? Hello? Oh, that's the reader. Why do you make her so pretty? What the fuck? I was on Milo's ship there for a second, but then I was like, ooh, pretty. I don't know if I could believe everything Milo said. Maybe they were just being dramatic. Hello, so Ox. Buddy's fighting and falling in love. Hello, ma'am. Probably like basic stuff like fixing clothes, but not sure anything about complicated. Oh, okay, that was the reading. My name is Hazel, but the people of the magical societies refer to me as the Reader. I pray you're well of heart and sound of mind, as each of you will be examined today. The object of said examination shall remain hidden for the time being, but let it be known that it was specifically requested by the four masters of Snake and Saber Society. My headcanon now is that Milo not only doesn't like the Reader for all the reasons that they said, but also because they both have pink hair. And then Milo's like, there can only be one. So without further ado, let us begin. I don't see why we need to send Q down here. I know that he couldn't have been involved in the incident at the masquerade. See, I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Oh shit. He was always by my side, fighting off the intruders and keeping me safe. It makes no sense to let her violate him like this. Violate is a strong word, but this is just a precaution, Milo. None of us actually believes he could have had any part of this, but we need to make sure. And if it's the same for everyone else, too. She'll just check them real quick, and we'll be on our merry way. Yeah, watch her jump on him as soon as she learns we're together. I can hardly tell she won't let him off without a thorough checkup. Oh, come now. She has no reason to pick on you in particular. You've had a little clashes in the past, sure, but I doubt she's holding a grudge against you. I don't even think she's capable of holding grudges if she has no emotions. None of us, because Iris doesn't count because she's a ginger. What? Aren't you reading too much into this? No. She'll take every chance to make me miserable, and this is no exception. I bet she's just salivating at the thought of torturing someone I love. That's just the kind of person she is. You know, the world doesn't revolve around you, no matter how much you'd like to believe that, sweetie. Oh, look who's talking, Princess Self-Absorbed. How about you show some empathy for once? Your own brother's down there, too. Aren't you even a little concerned about his privacy being invaded like that? No, because it's not that big of a deal. And honestly, I don't really get why you're so upset about her taking a peek at your boy toy. If he's as innocent as you're saying, you should have no reason to worry. Or are you scared she'll discover something you won't like? It's not that simple. Of course not. I mean, did you give them a soul in your game, hero? Next. State your name, please. Quentin Hawthorne. Alright, Quentin Hawthorne. I'm going to borrow your arm. Okay, here goes. Don't think of anything embarrassing, Q. Just in case she does read minds. What? Why'd she look at me like that? Did my thoughts wander for a second? I see. Next. State your name, please. Oh, and that's it? Huh. I thought it was supposed to be a test. I wonder what she read from me that provoked such a reaction. But whatever it was, it couldn't have been too bad if she left me off the hook, so... That or she's just not trying to tip you off. The only thing left is another broom flight back to the castle. Maybe I'll just take a damn bus instead. Or walk back all the way to the barrier on foot, I don't care. As long as I don't have to mount that vile sweeper. If I may have your attention, please. It would appear that I am done with the evaluation. All of you are free to go now. Except for you, Quentin Hawthorne. You will be coming with me. Of course. Oof, good luck, man. I'll keep you in my thoughts. We're just friends now. Sweeper, no sweeping. Wait, is that supposed to be like swiper, no swiping? Shit, was I the only one to fail whatever this thing was? Am I dumb? Or did she figure out I'm not a good person? Thanks, Lord. Maybe she couldn't read anything. And maybe that's why she was like freaking out. And what did I tell you, huh? She just couldn't help herself. She's just doing her job, Milo. There must have been something in the past that attracted her attention. Well, obviously. And that something is me. Okay, but conspiracy theories aside, don't you guys think it's odd how she only picked Quentin? She was supposed to examine the apprentices in light of the recent security issues, so it makes me wonder about her findings. Yeah, but as I said, Shush, Milo. I actually don't find it weird at all. Just think about it. The reader knows the society relies on Milo's powers, and if you task them with a checkup to guarantee someone's safety, I'd sure as heck test their partner first. That's just common sense. Yeah, but she shouldn't have figured out his intentions just from reading him. He literally saved my life that one time and has been protective of me as much as one can be. She's just being extra vicious for her own entertainment. Or maybe your perfect little boyfriend is not as virtuous as you'd like to think, Milo. It suck as she burst your bubble, huh? Oh, fuck off, Iris. Your constant digs are not adding to anything, so how about you shut your mouth and stop acting like a bitch for 1 second? Or is that too much to ask of you? Oh, you little... Calm down, children. I think June might be right, and the reader is only looking out for us. Even if it feels like a personal attack to you, Milo. Besides, she's never really been wrong about your exes, right? All of them turned out to be assholes in the end. Hey, you better watch your mouth, June. You're talking about my brother here. Well, forgive me, Iris, but I'm not going to hold back my opinions just to appease you. Especially when it comes to Larry's. Not her also referring to him as Larry! June is best girl! June is the best girl! It's been proven. There is, like, no contest. It's over. Larry's behavior towards Milo. June is on our team! Hell yeah! So hot in my country. Calling him an asshole for the things he did is a gross understatement. Yeah, I'd expect you to say that. What does that mean? What does that mean, Iris? Say it with your chest. Considering you only know Milo's side of the story. There are no sides to discuss here, Iris. You either accept someone for who they are or you don't. Simple as that. No, you either care enough to compromise or you walk away. And after all, Milo is the master of transmutation, right? It's not like they didn't have the means to change whatever part they were arguing about. Ooh! Oh, Iris is about to get a fucking punch in the face. It's about to be Larry part 2 again. We just fight, like, the whole family tree. From to the bottom to the top. What is this? You did it in the past too, didn't you? You could just reverse the whole process and then he'd surely take you back. This is not up for debate, Iris. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ren is just tired. Ren just wants to go to bed. Okay, for the ice cream shop, but at least be vanilla flavored. Yeah. Some masters are we are, huh? Oh my god, yeah, they all are masters. Holy shit, I didn't register that fact. The school is doomed. I'm just joking. Oh, it's so bright. Hello. Quaint to the ginger elimination when. Guards, please leave the room and don't return unless instructed. I will call you back once I'm done. Yes, ma'am. Now you, Quentin Hawthorne, are you by chance familiar with Crownian folklore? No. No, not really. What does that have to do with anything? This can't be another test, right? And if I fail this one too, then... Shit, they're not gonna kick me out for being ignorant, are they? I don't know much about literary works. That's alright. I don't think it's widespread in this part of the world anyway. You see, there's this Crownian legend about a half-demon, half-human boy. What? I just thought you'd find it interesting. Why? Because of the protagonist. Born from a human mother, the half-demon boy is also indiscernible from other children. But with his monstrous strength and resistance to injury, he's not exactly welcome among the common folk. I was thinking, I was like, wait, is this just setting up for, like, a potential AU? I was about to make the joke when Lauren's dating some for April Fools. Damn, is this foreshadowing? I'd make it yes. The vile one, they call him, out of fear and contempt for his demon blood. Pushed to the outskirts of society, he's forced to lead a life of lowly mercenary. But then he meets the prince. This charming, gentle soul who not only does, not fear the boy, he treats him as an equal. As another human being just like himself. And so the boy, having never known such kindness, decides he's found his own purpose. We really are gonna get that Veil plus Florence Roman. Oh no! Those two together, what? No. Veil deserves better. Look, me and Lawrence might have gotten off on the wrong foot, I'll admit it. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna welcome with fucking open arms either. And then sick him on Veil. But out of the selfish desire to be showered with the warmth he's always yearned for, had always been denied. He's been living in darkness his entire life, and no force in the universe would make him step out of that newfound light. Wait, does that sound oddly familiar, but there's just no way she'd... sorry, this is interesting and all, but I'm not sure I follow. What are you trying to... Come closer, Quentin Hawthorne. Or should I say, 162? Dun dun dun! Oh no! What? How do you... Please, don't tell anyone, Don't fret, boy. This chamber is protected by a soundproofing spell. No one can hear us here, so this conversation shall remain between the two of us for the time being. All I'm asking in exchange is for willful cooperation. She knows too much. Q, kill her. What do you want from me? You're a curious individual, 162. A traitor, yet a loyal servant. A killer, yet a fierce protector. A man of mystery, wearing his love like a badge of honor. Called out. Aren't you a lot like the boy from the story? Disillusioned, starved for affection. Not her calling us touch-starved. Caught in between the two sides of the conflict, but not really a part of either. Accepted only for as long as nobody knows who you really are. Oh, I think I get it now. It's not that you just peered into my mind and discovered who I am. You saw my whole past, didn't you? That's what you read from people. Their life story. Correct. I was asked to examine you and the other apprentices in light of some recent security concerns, but to think I discover a runaway spy run under Milo Ven's nose. This is certainly an unexpected turn of events. Please, nobody needs to know about this. I'm on your side now. I've cut all ties with my previous boss and want nothing to do with them. You must realize that if you've seen what I've been through, I'd never go back to that life. I'd never hurt Milo. I will be the judge of that, 162. Now, I do believe you'd have done them in by now if you had an intention to do so, but we can't be certain of that, can we? I swear I'd never. I mean, you did once. You did once. We did kill Milo once, because I wanted to see what happened. So if they are also not only reading your life story, but all your lives in string theory, then... I don't trust your words, 162. Come. Whoa. We're gonna get brain blasted. Not question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Hello? Uh-oh. Ugh, where am I? What is... Oh good, you're awake. This person. Whatever they did to keep you conscious, kept you unconscious for a while. Tell me, and now, how are you feeling? I guess I'm fine, but... Are you experiencing a headache, nausea, or dizziness? Blurry vision, joint pain? Anything out of the ordinary? No, I'm good. Where is this? How did I end up here? Easy now, 162. I'm Dr. Iyer, and this is the organization's hospital wing. Though I assume it's not your first time being treated here, is it? What? It was one hell of a trouble trying to rescue you from the enemy base. I don't know the details, but they say the fight was pretty intense. Thank goodness it worked out right for us. With all the losses we've taken recently, we're really lucky to have actually got you back. Experienced agents are worth the weight in gold these days. No, it doesn't seem like you're hurt, so you're free to go. Ending the game was all a dream. The commander instructed me to send you his way as soon as you're awake, so don't keep him waiting, please. Okay. Ha! Fucking pardon? What? What the hell is going on here? I don't know. Last thing I remember is at Reader's place, but she touched my forehead and then everything went black. Did she knock me out? Are you not freaking out that you're in the organization right now? I need to talk to the commander. I might learn more about this. Hey, what's up? Come in. Commander Reed? I'm told you sent for me. Oh, if it isn't our most prized agent. Come on in, 162. Make yourself at home. It's been a while, hasn't it? Good to see you're still alive and kicking, as unexpected as it is. I had anticipated they'd have no mercy for captured spies. Yeah, about that. How did I get back? Straight to the point, huh? I don't blame you, though. I'd just be curious if I were in your shoes. However, that's no reason to address your superiors without due respect, son. I understand you might have grown unused to it during your stay in Millbrook, but it won't be tolerated here. Yes, sir. Now, as for your most fortunate retrieval, we were contacted by the Snake and Saber Society just a few days ago. They claimed to have captured one of our agents and were willing to arrange a meeting if we agreed to satisfy their demands. But as it turns out, it was just a lousy excuse to attack us. But I guess they underestimated who they were up against. We avoided their clumsy ambush and hit back, not only successfully reclaiming our prize asset in the process, but also using this opportunity to inflict damage to the enemy. And as it wasn't amusing enough, we also managed to detain one of your former captors. It's almost comical how the tables have turned now, isn't it? Surprised. So was I. To think such a scrawny, girly kid would be able to take out so many of my men. He sure must be something else. What-oh! What-oh, what-oh. We got the bad ending, probably. Milo. What? What have you done to them? Oh, we just sedated him so he wouldn't cause any more problems. He put up quite a fight, and I'd honestly hate to do it all over again. And yet, one sneaky hit from behind was enough to knock him out for a while. I guess brute strength has to win in the end. Not the commander calling Milo a girl and using he pronouns. Can he be phobic properly? SMH? No, for real. Fuck, this is bad. I need to get them out of here. Milo? Hey, can you... Oh, sorry. Milo, hey, can you hear me? Oh, this is almost too perfect, 162. Your little question there just spared me a long and boring interrogation that only proves just how valuable you are as an asset. What? I've had my suspicions after seeing this kid in action, but now that you tried, after you said his name, I'm finally sure we've just so happened to capture our most wanted target completely by chance. Seems like he hasn't had that big of a threat after all, but it doesn't really matter now. Not us outing Milo by accident. Guys, come in, please. Oh god, they've got guns! Not guns! So here's the deal, son. The fact still stands that you failed to complete your mission. But know that I am a generous man, so I'm willing to believe it wasn't an act of treason, but just a tiny slip-up on your part. After all, everybody makes mistakes, right? That's why you'll be given one final chance to prove your allegiance. All I'm asking is that you finish what you've already started. It couldn't get any easier than this, really. They said here's a gun. And who's to say I'm not gonna use this gun against you, dog? Just grab this gun and kill Milo Ven right now, and we'll forget about this whole Millbrook incident. You'll go back to your duties as an agent without any consequences. And who knows, I might even consider giving you a special rank for all your trouble. And if I don't? Well, that's quite obvious, isn't it? You both die. Time to decide. I mean, easy choice. That's either we kill Milo, which we're not fucking doing, or we're both going to die. Which one will it be? I guess we both die then. See you on the other side. Except you won't be there. Whatever she's put him through seems to be causing him quite a bit of pain. Oh, it's a simulation! I wonder what kind of challenge she might have cooked up for him. Oh, no fucking way. Can you believe this woman? Not only did she single him out just like I said she would, but she's also making him suffer with her twisted visions. That's it. I'm going out there and tear that bitch apart. Milo, stop. You can't interfere with the trial. Just be reasonable for a moment and let her finish her job, please. Fine. But I'm running down there as soon as she's done. Okay. This is interesting. I like this. I mean, I was already gonna just let us both die, so I think that speaks for itself. Well, this should be an easy decision, son. Fuck, what do? I need to find a way to get us out of here. But these guards, I could probably take out one or two using magic in this gun, but no shield will stop the barrage of bullets they'll unleash when I make a move. Think, Q, think. Q. Milo, are you okay? I'll open up a portal so you can... Now. That was uncalled for, don't you think? You're making me doubt your motives, and that's not what you want right now. I'll give you one last chance to redeem yourself, 162. Just kill him and all your transgressions will be forgiven. No strings attached. This is hopeless, but if I can at least make sure Milo makes it out of here. Just run for it, Milo. And don't look back. I don't think I can... Please, you have to try. I'll shield you, but I don't know how long I can last. The portal is right there. Just go through and... So I take it you've made your choice. Yep. Very well then. I like that he makes it separate from us, too. Guys, do your job. Milo, please. We don't have much time. No strings attached. Why is the commander acting like Team of Murder version? Well done, 162. This concludes today's examination. You have passed the trial and proven your allegiance to the Snake and Saber Society. Congratulations. Wait, but what did you make me do? And why do I feel like something terrible is about to happen? That's alright. It's just a side effect of the test. The details are not important, so I took them away. The only thing you need to know is the result. And I'll be pleased to inform Milo Venn of my findings. No, wait. Can you please not tell me about my past? You said I passed the trial, so why not just leave it at that? There's no need to complicate things, right? Don't you think Milo Venn of all people has the right to know that part of you? Yeah, I do, but please at least let me do it myself. I'd rather they hear it from me. Very well. I too believe that'd be for the best for both of you. So if you promise to personally reveal the truth to Milo Venn, your secret shall be safe with me. Thank you. I'll admit I'm not ready to come clean to them right away, but I promise to do it eventually. I mean, if that's still okay with you. That's fair enough. But I'd suggest you don't postpone it any longer than you need to. The longer you wait, the bigger impact it'll have on your relationship. You're right. You know, I still kind of feel restless. Like I'm supposed to be running away from something. You look a bit pale, too. I suppose I might have overdone it a bit. But don't worry, this shouldn't last for long. Just make sure you get some rest. Even though you don't remember, your body is still... Okay, that's enough. Get your talons off of him, you fiendish hag. Milo. Do kindly calm down, Milo Venn. I was just making sure he was okay. No, you kindly fuck off. I knew you'd use this opportunity to feed on my misery. It must really suck not to have any feelings if all you want to do is hurt others. It's fine, Milo. Come here. Oh. Milo, because it's swinging. It's just little arms just going. She's so nice. I know! She's fine. Like, I get it is invasive. It is a scary power. And I really don't know what to make of her. But she's cute. She's cute and she seemed nice enough. Everything is fine now. But she made you suffer. I don't remember any of it anyway. Just let me hold you for a moment, please. Oh. Milo is a menace. Please calm down, honey. He's a little firecracker. They're a little firecracker. I love that for them. Now as for the reason for our gathering. I'm pleased to inform you that Quentin Hawthorne has passed the trial and is cleared of all suspicion. His company presents no threat to Milo Venn's safety. See, Milo? She did it with your best interest in heart, just like I said. Yeah, but I knew that already. There was no need for this vile trial. Well, at least now the rest of us can have some peace of mind, too. And for that, I'd like to give our grateful thanks on behalf of the Snake and Saber Society. Your insight has proven to be invaluable as usual, Miss Wood. Of course. I'm always pleased to help you out. So her name's Hazel Wood. I owe as much to my alma mater, after all. Though, with that said, I believe that my duty here is concluded. I will retreat to my chambers now, if you'll excuse me. She has to go rot. Of course. She has to go rot in bed. Just like me for real. Guess we're all done here, then. Let's go home. Now tell them, Q, now is the time. There will never be a better time than right now. Because they might be mad at us, and that's fine. But, like, we passed the fucking trial, so I feel like we're in the clear. Don't squeeze me too tightly, love. I'm struggling for breath here. Sorry. I still think it would have been better to have a bus or something. Less convenient, sure, but also not nerve-wracking as flying this thing. I know, and I'm sorry I made you step out of your comfort zone again, but it's really the fastest way to get back home. It'll help you de-stress once we're back, okay? I guess that's a good trade-off, but at the same time, I'm both amused and scared by how easily you can coax me into things, you know? Not that I really mind, but don't use this powerful evil, please. That's what I said earlier. De-stress. You know I would never. I don't know. First you talk me into stealing forbidden books, then you bring me in for a secret interrogation thing without even telling me the reason. I'm not saying something's up, but it sure feels like something might be up. Well, we kept it under wraps so that people wouldn't mess with their memories, but I guess I can tell you now. So the thing is, the captives told us someone had sent them a message encouraging them to cooperate. An anonymous, magically crafted letter, impossible to trace. You know what that means, right? What the hell? I tried to help those bastards and they fucking snitched. You know what they say about snitches? Unbelievable. It means we have a mole somewhere in the society queue. Possibly among the apprentices of the guard, since we're restricted access for the regular members. As if the situation wasn't bad enough as it is. Do you think the same person might have helped organize the incident at the masquerade? Well, it is a possibility. The suspect pool is rather small, though it should be a matter of time before they're caught. I mean, the apprentices have been cleared today, so that basically leaves the guard. We'll bring them in for trial sometime next week. And watch, when they find nothing, they're gonna be like, what the fuck, then who was it? And if there's still no culprit? I'm not sure. We're really hoping something will turn up next time, as the chances of anyone else being involved are rather slim. But if not, I guess we'll have to tighten up the admission rules even further. Still, that means I'm going to have to suffer through yet another meeting with that horrible woman. At least you won't be there, so that's one concern off my mind. I won't let her lay a hand on you again, I promise. I mean, she wasn't so bad. Maybe a bit too self-righteous for my liking, but not really heartless after all. I was expecting way worse after what you told me. Yeah, you have no mind how much she loves getting into other people's business, Q. But while we're on the subject, did she say anything about me? Like what? No, nothing in particular, I think. Why? I don't know. I was just worried she tried to turn you against me, I guess. It wouldn't be all that surprising. Well, she did mention your name, but it was only in passing, so... I see. Unless... Was she hoping that telling me the truth would drive a wedge between us? She didn't seem malicious, though. And it wouldn't have been so much worse if she revealed my secret right in front of everyone. So maybe I can give her the benefit of the doubt? Anyway, I wanted to ask you something, too. What's the deal with that whole past reading ability? Is that a quirk or what? Yeah, and a pretty busted one at that. She's OP! It's a blatant breach of privacy, even if she's technically sworn to keep her mouth shut. Which is why I was very, very much against forcing anyone to go through these trials. But the others insisted that it be the society's best interest, and I got outvoted. And then she ignored our instructions and tested you for something nobody even asked for. Which apparently I shouldn't have a problem with because it was for my own good. Can you believe that crap? I'd say she had every reason to be wary of me, but I'm actually glad she came up with that excuse when she did. Is that why you got so angry? Because she crossed the line? I mean, that was part of it too, but... I really hate it, you know? I hate the fact that she knows everything about you while I... It should be my right as your partner to learn these things first. And I know it's stupid and selfish and childish to even be upset about this kind of thing, but it doesn't change the way I feel. It's just not fair she gets to do it like this. Sure, but she's a total stranger I don't care about, so... Besides, didn't you say it yourself when we first met? That discovering things for yourself is a pleasure in its own right? Aww. How do you even remember that? Definitely not because I kept replaying it 1,000 times in my mind. Definitely not that. It wouldn't be that. How cute. You know what? Maybe you're right. We've got all the time in the world to learn all sorts of things about each other. There's no need to rush things. Right. All the time in the world, huh? I mean... Maybe not. But we're gonna try anyway. Oh, they're so sweet and loving. I couldn't ask for any more. And yet, I can't help the feeling that our days together are numbered. Even more so now that I made that promise to the reader. Not that it's long overdue anyway. If we're to have a future together, I need to come clean about my past first. I know that. It's hard to imagine they'd look at me the same way. If they'd even want to look at me at all. It's their decision to make, though, I guess. And if leaving turns out the better choice for them, then I'm just gonna have to accept it. I just need more time to make peace with that. I say rip off the Band-Aid. I mean, easier said than done. Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine. That would hurt very, very much. Second water. I swear I drink more water on stream than I do in my regular life, which is sad, but I realize I've always had a problem drinking a lot of water. So I'm glad these streams could be a positive thing. Hey yo, Lauren's here. I am really trying to be your fucking friend. Join me at the gym for a sparring session? Hell yeah, I'm gonna beat his ass. I guess he wasn't joking about training together. I'm curious to see what he's plotting, but it could also be some kind of trap. Now, let's go. I want to see. I gotta know. Okay, I'll bite. What's the worst thing that could happen? I think we'll be fine, to be honest. And if we're not, fuck it. Dang it. Woo, that was great, man. Up for a post-workout damn it. My treat. Hey, treating us to smoothie? Okay. He's kind of winning me over. I fucking love a smoothie. I do. Sorry, I already promised to have lunch with Milo after this. You guys should get smoothies. Maybe some other time? Yeah, don't sweat it. I pick Milo over any other dude, too. Okay, this is awkward. Hey, speaking of Milo, guys, it's weird enough that we're exes of the same person trying to hang out. Let's not make it more weird. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you ever get jealous with, how people get around them? Yeah, it irks me sometimes. I mean, how could it not? They're my partner and I care about them a lot. But that's just how it is with them, so I try not to think about it. But aren't you worried they'll find someone better and dump you? No, I'm not insecure. What? All the time. All the time, but it's not like I can force them to stay, right? And at the end of the day, they still choose to go home with me, so whatever. You're more understanding than me, man. I just hate the audacity, It takes a special kind of asshole to flirt with someone else's date. Yeah, imagine that. But they only do it because of the quirk, right? Something personal. Yeah, but that they still make me feel shitty. So I tell Milo they couldn't dress up to avoid people's attention. Even though none of us it was their fault. Yeah, but you still took it out on them. Hey, don't make it sound like I'm some kind of villain. I may have been an asshole on occasion, but it was because I cared. Because you cared? Then why do you try to force them into a role they never fit into? Well, that's because, got nothing. I just thought there was no other way, alright? I didn't even care about the kids thing. But the family kept pressuring me and going on and on about the whole legacy crap, and one side had to yield, and sure as hell wouldn't have been my parents. I'm so fucking sorry I wanted to be with a person I loved. Even at the cost of your own well-being? Well, I learned my lesson, alright? Too bad it was already too late. Well, at least you'll know better moving forward, right? Right. Guess that's why you're their boyfriend and not me. You know what? You're alright. I only got buddy-buddy with you because Iris made me, but no, I'm really glad that I did. Oh. Iris made you do this? Yeah. She wanted to make sure that you could be trusted. But you're a decent guy, so it's all good. And what if I weren't? I don't know. Maybe you would have ended up fried to a crisp and buried 6 feet under. Just kidding. Okay, I won't be stopping you. And you be good to Milo, you hear? Because if you won't, I'll swoop in and take them back for good. Yeah, good fucking luck. Yeah. Bye. Didn't make this weird at all. We should have just got a fucking smoothie. No, that was kind of nice. I like that there's a humanizing aspect to Lawrence there. Okay? I'm glad he's not irredeemable. I also find it funny that his name is Lawrence and his sister's name is Iris, because my Lawrence, his mother's name is Iris, so what the fuck? Like, how many Lawrence and Irises in close proximity together are there out in the world? Probably a lot. So, we still know next to nothing about anyone's involvement in this. Well, the guards and the apprentices are in the clear, so the castle should be safe for now. Whoever sent the message to the captives must have been either a member with restricted access or someone from a foreign society. So as long as we're careful and keep strict entry record, we should have no reason to worry. Yeah, I guess. Still, we could certainly use someone who'd take care of security around the castle. I mean, the guard has no captain, but she's mostly there to manage their routine, so... We'd like to propose a new position to update our safety protocols and come up with the new defense plans. Our nominee will receive an official rank and the title of the society's head of security. It's gonna be fucking Q! What do you think, Q? Yeah. That's actually a great idea. Some areas definitely need improvement, and it'd be great if someone could look into that. I could help out and offer some ideas, too. Do you have anyone in mind? Actually, we were thinking you'd be a good candidate. I'm glad you're so eager to start. What, me? No, come on, guys. I'm happy you want to include me in the official stuff, but there must be tons of people more qualified for that. Don't settle for me just because we're friends. Well, who says we're settling? You clearly know a thing or two about defense, and you're good at dealing with people. You even suggested background checks way back when that chandelier almost landed on my head, remember? There's more than enough to consider your nomination. Besides, it makes total sense to appoint someone we know, right? And the reader said you were trustworthy too, so that should silence any potential haters. I don't know. I'm just an apprentice and a pretty new one at that. I don't have the authority to impose those kind of rules on anyone. Well, you will have the authority once you're appointed, love. It's just a suggestion for now, anyway. We'll need to discuss it with Ren and Iris first, then pick out the candidates and stuff. But if it comes down to a vote, we'll back you up. Ren might too, if we can sway him with some mild persuasion. Oh, he knows you're more likely to listen to Q than him, so it'll only take a little push. He might see this as an opportunity to make you stick to the rules. That's about the only thing he can hope for with how stubborn you are. Well, he'll be very disappointed once he realizes this deal only goes one way. And I'd love to have more leverage to stop both him and Iris from trying to lock me up in the castle. So if I had at least one more person on my side. Anyway, that's just something for you to consider, Q. There's no rush to decide right away. Uh-huh. Hey, shouldn't we head out to the lecture? We'll get better seats if we go there early. Actually, Q, I wanted to borrow you for a bit to help me catalog some specimens. Could you spare an hour or two in the name of magical research? I mean, I'm done with work for today, but I was supposed to accompany Milo, so... Oh, don't worry. I'll be fine on my own. How about your new Master of Healing? Build up that public trust of your future office. Alright. Not because of some made-up benefits. I'll do it because we're friends. Whatever works, I guess. I'll see you later, then. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. Gonna die. June's like, get me the fuck out of here. Oh, and one more thing before I forget. That quarterly report on protected transmutations you've been working on? I want it on my desk on Friday morning, love. And no excuses. I won't accept late submissions unless you're sick in bed or dying. I know, I just need to write down the conclusions and proofread the whole thing. Shouldn't take more than a few hours, no worries. Alright, as long as you get it done in time. But for now, have fun playing with plants. I'm leaving him in your hands, June. Sure, bye. Wow, they're really not giving you, preferential treatment. I thought they'd go easy on you since you guys are together, but what do you know? They're as strict as ever. I'd say they're holding, me to even higher standards than the rest. And I get it, they've rejected tons of applicants only to take in a mediocre mage like me, so I think they want to prove it, wasn't just some favoritism, you know? Besides, they said they wouldn't cut me any slack right from the start, so it's not like I had no idea what I was getting into. If they expect perfection, I'll try to give them no less. Aw, aren't you a sweetheart supporting your partner like that? If only that was a golden standard for relationships these days. Why, some are not the supportive type? Well, let's just say she doesn't like me drawing attention everywhere we go. But that's an issue she has to resolve on her own, so... How about we leave it at that, and just get to work, bud? Alright. Aww. Cool, that should be the last one. Take the measurements and write them down in the file. Right up, Chief. Thanks so much for the help, Q. You really saved me a lot of trouble. I mean, I could have asked one of my apprentices, but it didn't feel very important to draw them away from their own stuff. It's weird to suddenly be in charge of people, you know? Like, they used to be my colleagues until just recently, and now I'm supposed to order them around? That's bonkers. Plus, some of them are kind of salty about my nomination. As if it's my fault they chose to slack around while I was working my ass off. Hey, for all we know, there might be the next Master of Healing in their lifetime, so... They missed their shot. Still, I'd watch my drinks and food if I were you. Working with plants all day may give people funny ideas. Well, if I die a tragic death, you'll know who to suspect. Seriously, though, I doubt anyone would kill to have this job. The whole prestige thing is nice and all, but loafers like them wouldn't last a day in my shoes. Are people still falling all over themselves to meet you? It's lessened up a bit, but it's still annoying. I don't even want to imagine what Milo has to deal with on the daily with their quirk and all. Unless it's better now than you two started dating? Yeah. Hey, I don't mean to pry, but your face kind of dropped there. Everything okay between you guys? Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to complain about, but... I don't know, I'm not sure I'm the right person for them, June. Sometimes it feels like we're all living on borrowed time. What? Where's that coming from? I thought you were doing just fine. 'Cause we are. And personally, I couldn't be happier, but... I can't help but wonder if they could, you know? If someone else could fill this spot better than me. What, that stuff again? I thought you were over it, buddy. Just how many times do you want to go through the same loop of self-doubt and self-sabotaging? As many times as it takes to convince myself they'd be better off without me? Oh, don't be silly, Q. They chose you from dozens of other people. Doesn't that make you good enough? Besides, if they were complaining about you, I'd be the first one to set you straight. So stop with the damn defeatism and focus. I've got one more thing to check off before we can call it a day. Another task? What else do you want me to do? Well, it's not really a task. There's this theory on quirk development I've been researching on the side. I wanted to run it by someone else before I submit it for review. I'll explain what it's about and you tell me if it makes any sense, okay? Sure. Okay. So, as you know, quirks usually manifest shortly after a person is awakened, right? Remember when we talked about this at your graduation? I joked how it was weird that Ren's quirk completely contradicts his personality, but... At the masquerade, I met this girl from the Grimtooth, right? She kept losing her things, but was absolutely brilliant at finding other people's stuff, and that made me wonder if that might be more than just a coincidence. So I started asking around for examples, and boy did I make some interesting findings. Oh, please do tell. The suspense is killing me. Oh, shut up. So, I think quirks form in opposition to major aspects of people's personalities, like a magical counterbalance of sorts, if you will. Huh? Okay, that's interesting. Tell me more. Alright, let me give you some examples. So, starting with the obvious, Ren can see what brings other people joy, because he's no fun at all. Like, give him a topic and he'll find a reason to complain. Easy. That sounds about right. Though I know that's not the only thing he can see, so I wonder how that fits into the mix. No idea, but I don't mind never finding that out. You feel me? Yep. Alright. Then there's Milo. The butterfly thing I can't really pin down yet, but their second one. I'd say it's pretty easy to imagine the opposite of being loved by everyone around you. Hey, I don't think that's the case anymore, so you don't need to worry. A lot of things have changed since that incident with Maya 4 years ago. They've learned some self-love and put most of the bad stuff behind, and now they have you, so their quirk won't be getting in the way of things. They've never been better, trust me. Okay, if you say so. What about my quirk, then? Let's see. You can tell when someone's wearing a glamour or using any kind of disguise, right? So to put it simply, you always know the identities of people you've marked with your quirk. You know who everyone is. Uh-huh. And if we were to reverse it, it boils down to nobody knows who Q is, or something like that. But that doesn't really make sense, does it? Unless you're some kind of spy or something. Well, this is awkward. Oh no, you blew my cover. I'm gonna have to kill you now. Stop right there, buddy. One wrong move and everyone in Millbrook will see you're an embarrassing photo. You know which one. Your reputation will never recover from that. No, please. Anything but that photo. We gotta see it. I sent it to you in secret. You can't just show it to people. Well, too late now. You played yourself, Q. Damn. Seriously, though, that puts a wrench in my theory, doesn't it? Unless, you know how you'd only just moved here when you were awakened? It might have something to do with the fact that you barely knew anyone at the time. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe it's because I'm an introvert and it's hard for people to get to know me. It usually takes a while to let my guard down. Oh, that'd make more sense. I guess it may come down to the wording in the end, but can I use your case as an example in the paper? I want to describe 3 or 4 more in detail. As long as you don't put my name in there. Thanks, bud. I might not use it in the end, but good to know just in case. Sure. But since we're talking quirks and stuff, yeah, tell me yours. Are you going to tell me about yours? Just to see if it fits with the theory? Only if you promise not to tell anyone. I promise. And you won't take your own reading for granted. It can change at any time, especially if you acted deliberately against it. Oh, okay. I promise. Okay, so it's basically like a matchmaking quirk. I can accurately point out a good partner for anyone I use it on. Oh, shit! She really, the ultimate wing woman, holy shit! I want that power, June! Hand it over! I mean, I have at least to be aware of a person's existence, but that's the gist of it. Oh, that's a cool one. So, could you maybe try it on me and check if me and Milo... Wait. Sup? Wait. Does that mean what I think it means? But then, you must have known for a while, right? And you kept dropping all those not-so-subtle hints because you knew it would work. Yes, you dummy! I checked you with my quirk when you started hanging out at the cafe, as I usually do, because I'm nosy like that. And, wouldn't you know it, you happen to be a match for Milo. And since you seem like a decent guy and tipped well enough, I figured I'd try to couple you guys up. But boy, oh boy, it's been a struggle to make it happen. You'd be like, oh no, I'm not good enough for them. And then he'd say, but what if the charm hasn't worn off yet and Q will change his mind? I seriously wanted to shake you both sometimes. Oh, that must have been frustrating. I'm surprised you didn't call it quits a while ago. Well, I was definitely tempted, but I also couldn't just look away and let you two miss out on each other like that, so... You're welcome, bud. Why keep it a secret, though? I'm sure many people would like to find their perfect match. Yeah, but it would be annoying if you had to, like, do it for everybody. No, because people are morons. If you tell them, hey, this person is your soulmate, some of them will use it as an excuse their shitty behavior. That's true. They'll lie and cheat and cause, well, they're my soulmate, they'll forgive me. But it doesn't work like that. If you don't put in the effort, the reading will just expire. I mean, it can still fade over time. People grow up and their priorities change, but that's just life, you know? I guess it does make sense when you put it like that. Right? Plus, it'd feel a little arbitrary to be matched with someone you didn't know or like. Okay, so if it's the opposite, then I'm sure they're going to talk about it, but if it's the opposite, I'm trying to guess beforehand. If she can, like, figure out who's right for everybody else, then she can't find who's right for her? Maybe? Somebody you didn't know or like, and that could ruin the whole relationship before it even started. You know, reverse psychology and all that. That's why you made sure Milo didn't know what your quirk was? Yeah, I didn't want them to think my suggestion would be something final. 'Cause that'd make them hopeful, and if it weren't meant to be, well, I'd rather spare them the disappointment. Right. You told me, though. Well, yeah, since my cunning plan came to fruition and you're finally together, despite your efforts to sabotage it, if that's not enough to convince you that you two are right for each other, then I don't think I can help you, bud. Thank you. It really means a lot. Just don't mess it up, okay? I worked too hard to have it ruin your insecurities. I won't, I promise. But that stuff aside, I'm curious to hear how that ties in with your theory, as long as it's not connected to something terribly personal, I guess. Well, believe it or not, I'm not really good at flirting, picking up dates, that kind of stuff. I get really flustered around attractive people. Really? I don't think I've ever seen you flustered. Well, yeah, you're not exactly my type, buddy. That's fair. Okay, but the thing that determines what becomes a quirk, is it like a defining trait? Or is it just completely random? Good question. And to be honest, I have no idea. There's no clear trend that suggests one is more common than the other. It's always a defining trait, but most people have a bunch of those, so I wouldn't be surprised if the deciding factor turned out to be a dash of random chance. That's the natural way of things anyway. Like with genetics and stuff. Are there no prior sources you could consult? Well, the thing is, quirk theory is still a newish branch of magical research. It hasn't been that long since they've been recognized as a universal thing. Like, it's been accepted that some people have powers exceeding the basic limitations of magic, but since many quirks are rather obscure abilities, it took a while before anyone connected the dots. So your theory might be the next stepping stone in the magical doctrine, huh? That's amazing. You're really something else, June. Stop it. All of this is just a bit wild guess for now. I'm obviously going to need a much bigger sample if I want to make it further, but what do you think? Does it make sense overall? Sure. Sounds convincing to me. Great. That's what I was hoping to hear, bud. Alright, so that should be all for today. You can probably still make it to the lecture hall and pick up Milo if you hurry. Will do. I'll see you around then. Yep. And thanks again for the help, Q. Sure. Bye. That's really interesting. I like that. See, I like how detailed the magic is in this world. Like, it really does, like, And because you're in a school, like, everybody can talk about it and theorize, and I'm sure for some people it might be off-putting because that's just like a lot of information that if you're not interested in the magic system and how it works, it's probably going to put a lot of people off, you know. But for the people that are really interested in it, me, you know, then it's like it's really something to sink your teeth into. And like if you wanted to create like an OC for the world or something like that, like it's a lot of fun rules to play off of. The opposite of being loved by everyone around you. June said not to worry, but how the hell do I not worry about that? Shouldn't she know me better by now? She did say something to that effect too, didn't she? Nobody knows who Q is? Yeah, her argument was bad enough on its own, but the truth might be even worse. Because it's not just that they don't know who I really am, it's that I can't be deceived by their disguises because I successfully deceived them all. But on the other hand, that's one more reason to make things right, I guess. And if what June said about me and Milo is true, then... yeah. It's now or never. Yep. Alright. I've been putting this off long enough. It's okay, Q, be strong. I've got you. I've got your back. It's gonna be okay. And also I'm gonna save, because I got your back. And if they decide that I don't deserve forgiveness, well, then it just means it wasn't meant to be. And they'd be better off with someone else. Yeah, unfortunately that is just kind of true. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you gave it a shot. At least you were honest. At least you were whatever. But I think it will, because it was born out of love from the jump. Milo is not guilt-free. They are not a perfect being who's never made a mistake and is incapable of, like, overlooking that. But it is kind of a big hump to get over. You know, hey, you almost tried to kill me. You know, like, that would be tough for anybody to overlook. But I think if anybody was willing to do it, it would be Milo. So, we'll see. Ooh, new jacket! Oh, you look great, love. And honestly, I liked your old hoodie, but this jacket makes you feel more official. Our distinguished head of security should certainly look the part, right? Well, I'm not sure it'll compensate for my lack of confidence, but it's really nice, thank you. I'll cherish it forever. Don't be silly, it's just a little gift to celebrate your appointment. And to thank you for doing it in the first place. I'm so glad you agreed to give it a try, even though you weren't crazy about it. Oh, well. I'm doing it so you can have a bit more freedom without sacrificing overall security. But that doesn't mean I won't give it my all. It's just a different kind of responsibility when there might be lives on the line. Oh, stop it. From what I've seen, you're doing an amazing job. We've never had a more efficient admission system. Plus, the guard captain was very impressed with their new patrolling route, right? Yeah, but I wanted to expand our defense before the big event. By the way, do you know if the delegates are already there? Yeah, and it seems like they've settled in already. Alright, but just between you and me, their lodging demands are simply ridiculous. It's probably a small price for the opportunity to forge new alliances, but still. Right. I still don't think we should be having these negotiations at all. It's absurd to let in strangers when we have locked doors to some of our own people. I know, but we need a backup plan just in case of our allies is plotting against us. It's probably best not to put all our eggs in one basket. And we might gain more than just their support if we can strike a good deal. Uh-huh. So what are we going to offer them? The same thing we've offered the others. My power with the promise to defend them if they need it. I'm afraid that's our only trump card right now. What? You're supposed to risk your life for the other societies? Only as a last resort. Not many mages can match my power anyway. Yeah, but you're not trained to fight. I think the incident at the masquerade made that pretty clear. Well, they don't know it, and it looks good on paper, so... That's why the society cares about me so much, you know. I'm their secret weapon of mass destruction. Fuck that. You're everything to me. Aw. I'll protect you with my life. I know, and I'm so grateful for you, love. You know that... You know what? It's whatever. Let's just focus on winning over the guest. Maybe it wouldn't be as annoying if it weren't one person short, too. June really couldn't have chosen a worse moment to leave the castle, but I guess she really needed to take this trip to Summer's family home right as we're dealing with this mess. Yeah, but if they're that serious about each other... I mean, meeting the parents is kind of a big deal, no? For a lot of people, I guess. If you value your family's opinion, they'll probably want them to approve of your partner. But honestly, I'm glad neither of us is going to have to worry about that. I'd really hate to put on a show just to impress someone's parents. Don't you have any family besides your mom? Not immediate family, no. My father was never in the picture, and I don't have any siblings. I've got relatives, but I have heard from them since I left home for college. But even if I had, I wouldn't want them to meet you anyway. They'd always side with my mother when she hurt my feelings or tried to force me into her stupid gender roles. I hate them just as much as her. Oh, I guess not every family gets along. Yeah, from what I've seen, most families have some inner conflict going on. But it's probably hard to imagine you've ever experienced it firsthand. Would you like to meet your family if you had the chance? To meet them? I don't know. I mean, a part of me would be curious to see what they're like, but they already got rid of me once, and if I were to look for them after all this time, what if they straight up refused to see me or didn't like me or for whatever reason? I'm not sure I could brace myself for that. Oh, no. They'd never know what an amazing guy they missed out on, Q. And I'll support you no matter if you decide to look for them or not. In all honesty, you don't need those people to validate your worth, okay? I'll be your family and you'll be mine. Blood ties are overrated anyway. Exactly. Just eating. I really wish you could have met Maya, though. I'm sure she would have loved you. I don't know, would she? Or would she be upset that I'm corrupting her precious student? Oh, I don't see why she would when you're such a good boy. Whoa. Hold up. Hold up. Chill out, Milo. Also, confirming the dog theory, that's all I'm saying. Affectionately. My cat sneezed at that. Also, if you can hear thunder, it's about to storm, like in the next, 15 minutes. So, I know what you're thinking, but we only have 15 minutes until the welcome party. Are you good to go? Damn, should I tell them now? We might not get another chance to speak once we go out and join the rest. What do I do? Wait a bit more? What do you mean, wait a... No, we're not waiting. Stop being a simp. Stop being a wimp and rip off the band-aid, Q. That's what I said earlier. Stalling won't change the outcome, no. Just fucking do it now. Honestly, it might make it worse, because what if something else happens? So, actually, can we hang around for a bit more? There's something I need to tell you. It's important. Okay, but is it critically important, or can it wait till later? I was supposed to be there early to figure out the seating arrangements. Fuck. This is your last chance to back down, Q. Once the truth comes out, nothing will ever be the same again. Even if they do look past the shady stuff and forgive you for keeping it a secret. Fuck, I don't know anymore. They're the best thing to ever happen to me. I don't want to lose them. No, we're not aborting the mission! We're going! Go! Look, I might never gather up enough courage again if I don't get it out right now. So please, let me do it while I've still got some resolve left. Alright then. I'm listening. I think it's better if you sit down. Oh my, you're making me nervous now. And I'm not sure if it's a good or bad kind of nervous. Oh gosh. Yo, the posing? Great, honestly. If somebody was gonna confess something to me, this is the way to do it. Q, good job. Already, amazing job. Well, let me ask you something first. Remember that wish I won from our masquerade bet? I think I might have to use it now. Why? Do you want me to ask... You want me to ask... do you want to ask me a very important question? Sorry, my reading. No. Maybe. Not right now. There's other stuff we need to get out of the way first. Hey, Gray! We're about to confess all the horrible things we did to our partner. Oh god. And I'm nervous, but it's about time. We're a secret spy. They need to know. We almost killed them once, and technically did kill them once, but we reloaded, so, What is it then? I want you to listen to what I have to say, and, please just do your best to understand, okay? Even if the things you hear may seem unthinkable to you. Okay. Hey, you look like you're heading for execution. What's going on? The thunder rumbling right now is adding to the scene right now. I'm so nervous, but it needs to happen. Would you still love me if I killed someone? Yeah. Okay, who did you kill? Yes, but who? Who was it? Did you take out one of those thugs who've been following you? Don't worry, we can probably use the commotion at the castle covered up. No, it's not anything recent, but The level of, would you still love me if I was a worm? Milo would love us if we were a worm. Okay. Well, I'm not saying I approve of you killing anyone, but as long as it was by accident or in self-defense, or you didn't do it for personal gain or some sick pleasure, right? No, but would you still say the same if I killed more than one person? Oh my goodness, Q. How many are we talking about? I'm not sure. Close to 20, probably? 20? What reason could you possibly have to kill 20 people? Because I was ordered to do it. Ordered by whom? By the organization that raised me. They took me in when I was very little, taught me to fight and shoot a gun, so they could send me off to do their bidding. I don't know how I got there, but it was only the home I ever had. And this... that's the name they gave me there. 162. Wait, isn't that... So it was you then? You're the one these intruders kept talking about. They mentioned a guy we allegedly killed off for spying, but it didn't make sense, so we assumed they made it up to confuse us. So you were actually one of them? Well, yeah, I mean, I came here on a mission to gather intel on the society, okay? But things changed, and I decided to stop working for them. So I faked my death to get them off my back. So, 162 was your code name then? No, not a code name. It's my actual name. But that's not a name, Q. That's a number. Yeah, but that's what I've been called my entire life, so I have no idea what my birth name was. Or if I even had one for that matter. Guess you don't really need it when you use aliases most of the time. So, Quentin Hawthorne is just an alias too? Yes, but it's not just an empty label. I've come to like it during my stay here and it almost feels genuinely mine now, you know? And friends at the organization used to call me Q too. It's not some random name with no meaning. Who are those people anyway? That whole organization, what do they want? Well, I don't know a lot about it. Just that it's a private agency with ties to the government. They keep peace in the Allied regions by monitoring and eliminating potential threats. That's as much as we were able to piece out from limited info we had. They'd usually give us a brief rundown right before deployment, but that was the extent of it. We were kept in the dark about things outside of our responsibilities. So they told you to go and kill people and you just did, without a second thought? I'm not proud of it, but pretty much, yeah. I never questioned their motives because of everything they put on our heads. I had no choice but to oblige. There's always a choice, Q. You could have refused, or, I don't know, looked for a different solution. I mean, if that's all you've ever known, though, like, are you even aware that there's a different solution if that's the case? I don't know. You didn't have to yield to their demands and do such awful things. I mean, at some point, maybe, but if you know there's an alternative, no, maybe you're right. I could have let the bad guys get to me first, or earned myself a bullet in the head for disobeying orders. Either way, I wouldn't be here to tell you about it. The point is, I did the right things I had to do to survive, Milo. If there was any other way about it, I would have tried it, believe me. But why did you stay there if they made you do those things? Couldn't you just leave? And go where exactly? I had no money, no family, no citizenship, no real idea how to live in the outside world. I first left the facility at 16 and it was a terrifying experience. You see, in the organization, every aspect of my life was regulated by clear-cut rules. But outside its walls, it was utter chaos. And they scared us into thinking that everyone could be out to get us. I wouldn't dare dream of leaving, much less do anything to make it happen. But you're here now, aren't you? You found a way to get out of their grasp. I did, but only thanks to what I'd learned here. And I'm glad to say I'm never going back. Well, at least that's something. Okay, look, I appreciate you telling me this, but it's a lot to take in, so I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around it. You've really got me stumped here, Q. That's not the worst of it, though. Buckle up! The reason I chose to leave those people and the only life I'd known behind is that I failed to complete the last mission they'd given me. I failed to kill my last target. Do you know why? Why? Because I lost my heart and soul to them. Because they showered me with such kindness I was sold before I even knew it. So I decided I'd rather die protecting them and live in a world where they'd no longer exist. Wow, ruined that line by my reading. So, did you actually try to kill me? Well, I did set up a trap in the library, but you saved me. You shielded me with your own body. Yeah, we did on the right choice. Anyway, yeah, because the second it triggered, I knew I was making a mistake. So I pulled you away and pretended it was just an accident. I'm sorry I made you think that I saved your life when I was actually trying to take it. Well, to be fair, you did save it by disobeying your orders, so... Right. Maybe, but... I'm so sorry I never told you anything. I'm so scared you see me as a threat and push me away. Which would absolutely be fair, but... I thought it wouldn't matter as long as I proved my loyalty to you and to the society. So I just swept my past under the rug, hoping the truth would never come out, but... The reader saw through it all and gave me the push to do what was right all along. To show you the side of me you deserve to know. She offered to back up my story if you'd like definitive proof, but if you decide you never want to see me again, I'll accept that too. I'm putting my fate in your hands. Look, it's getting late and I need to take care of that meeting. I'll find you when I decide how I feel about it. And, I'm gonna sleep at the office tonight, okay? Don't stay up waiting for me. Of course. I'll give you all the space you need. Okay. Oh. It's so vulnerable right now. Q, I am. It was a really good scene, though. It was really nice. Can I talk about it to June? I mean, unless she already knows that I'm the only one being kept in the dark. No, I haven't told anyone but you. But you can talk to her if you want. Or to anyone for that matter. Do what you think is right. Alright. Bye, Q. Bye. Oh. I knew it was gonna be tough, but it's really tough. But we did the right thing. That's about as good as it could have gone, I guess. They obviously didn't like what they heard, but at least they didn't cuss me out or scream at me to get lost. I doubt they'll want to stay together after this. Then again, I've never been good enough for anybody, so... I did the right thing, though, and ultimately that's all that matters. Yeah. The rest is up to them. I'm sad! I'm so sad! I mean, it's okay. I'm happy that we did it, but I'm sad. Alright, everything seems to be in order around the East Wing, too. I guess I'll stop by Ren's office since I'm already there. Ren's gonna want to kill us when they find out. What up, Ren, Penny? Hey, I was just passing by and wanted to ask if you need anything. Well, I did need you an hour ago at the reception. Where in the world have you been all this time? I thought you'd greet the diplomats with the rest of us since we're holding an official position now. Not to mention you were supposed to check everyone who entered the castle. Yeah, sorry, I went to set up some stuff and kind of lost track of time. No, it's definitely not because I wanted to avoid crossing paths with Milo. Well, that's fine. Nothing's lost just yet. I invite our dear guests for a few rounds at the lounge to break the ice. They should be here any minute now. Check them with your quirk while I introduce you. Does it mean you suspect anything? Well, I always plan for the worst case scenario. And why not use our resources if it gives us some peace of mind, right? Right. Okay, that must be them. Put on a nice show to earn their trust. Uh-huh. Hello, people? What up? Good morning, Master Atwood. Are we still on for those promised spirits? Of course, we'll be heading out shortly. Before we do, please come in for a moment and allow me to introduce you to Quentin Hawthorne, our new head of security. Quentin, these are Madame Willow Highmore and Luminary of the Moonstone Society. We got a moon in their hair. And Sir Reuben Grimsbane, the Grand Dean of the Velvet Plume Society. Please give them a warm welcome. Okay, we saw through their thing. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. Don't hesitate to reach out with any concerns or inquiries. I will do my best to accommodate your request. Ah, the pleasure's ours, young man. We've heard nothing but praise for you back at the reception, you know. Especially Master Ven seemed particularly impressed with you, cute little thing. Oh no, I'm flattered by Master Ven's compliments, but my contributions might have been exaggerated, ma'am. I'm still in the process of figuring things out. Straightforward and humble as a pie, I like that. Yeah, he sure seems like a total no-nonsense, doesn't he? I can definitely see the merit of having someone like him protecting Snake and Saber's most valuable asset. It's one of those tasks that's worth pulling out the big guns, after all. Even getting your hands drenched in blood at times. Excuse me? Oh, I bet there are lots of scum waiting for an opportunity to take Master Ven's life, no? So it's a good thing you'd have no qualms about neutralizing such threats. Who the fuck is this? Huh? The hell is this guy going on about? Did he assume a bit too much about me, or... Oh, leave the boy be, Ruin. He clearly doesn't want to talk about his job. And why wouldn't he? The less he lets on, the lower the chances that someone will use it against him. I can't begin to imagine the weight of responsibility on this young man's shoulders. Thank you, ma'am. I would rather not talk about it if that's all right. Of course it is. I just wanted to say, though, I'm surprised to see so many younglings in power here. It's almost like the Snake and Saber Society is run by a bunch of kiddos. Okay, rude. Oh, that's pure coincidence. It just so happens that all of our predecessors decided to retire within the last few years. They're still here to share their wisdom if we ever need it. Oh no, I didn't mean it in a bad way, Master Atwood. It's quite the opposite, really. It's nice to see authority delegated to the young and excellent for a change. You are the future of the magical community. Aw, everyone fits are so cool. I know, for real. Well, I'd say a fresh perspective matters little without practical knowledge. And that's the kind of wisdom that only comes with age and experience. Wonderfully put, Master Atwood, and not Joy. It's rare to see a leader so young yet so wise beyond his age. Wouldn't you agree, dear luminary? Oh, absolutely. But enough blabbering, gentlemen. My throat's gotten all dry from all the empty talk. Damn. Let's go and hit the lounge, shall we? Actually, I'm going to ask you to go on without me, dear guest. I'd like to have a word with my colleague here first, but I'll be sure to join you in a few minutes. Can you spare a moment, Quentin? I've got a little request concerning the latest admission rules. Yeah, of course. All right, but don't take too long. We'll drink up all the mead. Oh no, I'm sure there's enough to go around. Please do enjoy yourselves. That guy's sus. Purple sus. So, did you learn anything about those two? Yeah. Didn't pick up anything from the luminary, but the Dean guy is definitely an imposter and in disguise. He's either put on a glamour or transmutated his face. Not what I was hoping to hear, but great job nonetheless. Can you describe his real face? Bony, middle-aged, grayish hair? I only saw it for a second, so it's hard to describe it in detail. But I could probably recognize him in person or in a photo. I mean, maybe. I'm not great with faces, so... A photo, you say? Well, it's a bit of a long shot, but we do have a collection of the commemorative photographs in the annual section of the archives, so I could grant you permission to browse it if you have the time. Sure, I guess I could do that, but why not just confront him about it? I think there's more to gain if we feign ignorance and observe his movements for now. Ideally, I'd like to figure out who sent him and what they might want from us. He shouldn't pose a threat now that we know about the disguise. I mean, it's still kind of risky, but at least we'll be ready if he decides to strike. What do you think? I mean, the investigation may pay off, but what if he's after Milo? I won't be able to protect them if you send me somewhere else. That's a good point. I'll just fill in for you while you investigate. Anything else? No, I'll look into those photos. Great. Here's a permission slip with my signature. It should be enough for the archivist to let you access the annals. But if he makes a fuss, just tell him to send a message my way. He's been a little trustful as of late. Okay. Now, off you go. Look through those albums. There's so many choices as well that I don't know how many of these choices would change a lot. That this person is terrifying. What? Who are you? Hi. I would like to access... Name and affiliation, please. Quentin Hawthorne, Transmutation. Ah, you're the new head of security, aren't you? And Milo Ben's boyfriend in private, no? Yeah. Of course you are. I don't think we've had the pleasure to meet. My name is Albert, and I'm the Society's archivist. Hello, Albert. Everyone's... what can I do for you today? Jeez, that's one intense gaze. Maybe life without sleep is not as great as I thought. Yeah. Listen, I've got this permission slip to look into some photo albums. Could you point me in the right direction? The annals section, I see. What's the purpose of your inquiry? General security concerns? Ah, obviously. Silly me. Why, else would I be graced with a visit from the surveillance guru himself? Silly, silly Albert. I kinda like Albert. He's a freak, but I like him. Alright, everything seems to be in order. Please, follow me. Reminds me of, like, Ralph from Detroit Become Human. Or, like, Krona from Soul Eater. The annals section right here. Please take a seat wherever you find fitting, Mr. Hawthorne. Here's a scratch pad and looking glass for your convenience. Though please be careful not to set the books on fire. These are all originals, some dating as far back as the Society itself. Uh-huh. Our photo album collection consists of all the tomes on the wall to your right. What year are you interested in? No idea. Let's just start with the most recent one and go from there. Very well. You can start with these then. Do let me know if you need further assistance. I'll be happy to lend a hand. Thanks. Goodbye, Albert. Curious guy. I wonder if he's noticed he's missing a few void magic handbooks. Ren did say something about him being suspicious, so who knows? Ugh, that looks like more a hassle than I expected. I better get to work. You're a spy, Q. You got this. Six hours of browsing dusty books and nothing to show for it. What a joke. You fucking asshole. Oh shit. I'm sorry, dude. But I want to read the old ones. Sorry, I just came back from... I'm literally swamped with work and the children are screaming for food. That's alright. Shake my head. Oh, look at them little beggars. Aw, cuties. We can meet up with some others time. No worries. Yeah, I'm heading to bed and you should too. Thanks, Mom. What the actual fuck? You've been hiding a whole fucking identity from us this entire time? Are you fucking serious? I can't believe I trusted a cheat like you. Even after I joked about you being a fucking spy, you didn't say a word and you just played along, you lying bastard. If you so much as look in Milo's direction, I will fucking end you, I swear. I mean, valid. Valid. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, but, you know, I get it. Looks like it's not just Milo's favor I lost today. Yeah, that one's tough. Best girl and Milo all in one swing. Oh, I'm feeling it. June wants a terror. Throw it apart. Understandably. I mean, it's scary. June takes no prisoners. And she shouldn't. And she really, really shouldn't. Especially after they put him as, like, head of security and stuff, too. Like, there's a lot going on. Hello, friend, buddy, pal. Are you down for some quality time at the gym? Oh, not Lawrence! Do I want to spend the time with him this afternoon? I cannot believe we're in this fucking situation where we're like, we have a partner, we have a very cute partner, kind of, not really, and then we have our best friend who we love talking to, but we don't really have them now, so we have to hang out with fucking Larry? Yeah, we're going. We need all the friends we can get. We're in short supply. Some exercise might be good, I guess. Fuck it. Fuck it. Hang out with Larry. Larry, route, here we come. Does it still hurt? When you fell from heaven? See, the flirting's already starting. I'm joking. A little. You got me straight in the jaw. That's what you get for not paying attention. You've been kind of all over the place today, man. Yeah, just a lot of things on my mind, I guess. Okay, spit it out, I'll listen. Should I tell him, of all people? I mean, everybody's gonna find out anyway, so might as well hear it from the horse's mouth. Maybe it won't hurt to vent a bit. It's about Milo. I did something awful and I'm not sure they'll forgive me. Whoa, did you cheat? Not cool, man. Nah, it's not as bad, but I kept a pretty big secret from them. I also love that us killing 20 people and being part of a secret organization is, like, not as bad as cheating. I agree. I agree, it isn't. It really isn't. Like, cheating is the worst thing you can do. Something big enough to strain a relationship. Oh, I get it. You got a kid with someone else? No. I'm gay, dude. So? And Milo is the master of transmutation. I'm sure you can figure it out. That's not what I was talking about. Look, the details are not important, okay? The point is, I should have told them from the start, but I didn't out of fear, and now that I did tell them, things have just gone downhill. And I can't even complain because I got what I deserved. Sounds rough, man. Sounds rough, buddy. He Zuko'd us. No. So, what's the secret? Ugh. No offense, but we're not really that close. All I can say is that Milo and I might have not ended up together if they'd known this beforehand. Boo. Alright, keep your secrets, man. Larry is so daft. No, really. But whatever it was, it's probably better than that they heard it from you, no? Probably. It won't be much consolation if they dump me anyway. Oh, you think they might? Maybe I still have a shot then. Why the fuck did we tell Larry again? Just kidding, just kidding. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. I'm kind of relieved though, you know? I thought you were this unbeatable, perfect boyfriend, but I'm glad to see that you're not. And maybe I don't have to go above and beyond to catch up to you, so... No, I have... Like, Larry! Also, I just realized he's sparring in fucking this. A suit and tie with, like, this pleed, this... I don't know the name of this pattern. But this vest pants pattern? Bro, put on some fucking clothes. Alright, I gotta run. You put some ice on that bruise, yeah? And don't forget to mention who you got it from when anyone asks. Yeah. This was a mistake. Where's Vale? No, Vale would not be on our side right now. No one's gonna be on our side. We suck right now. This sucks. I hate it here. I wanna go home. God damn it. Well, we just have to receive an urgent call from the team in Millbrook, sir. They were approached by an individual claiming to have access to the Society's inner circle. That sure would be something. Are they credible? It would seem so. Their description of the Society's leaders matches the data in our records. And what is more, they claim to have They claim that one of said leaders is being protected by a man resembling Agent 162. They even recognize him in a photo lineup. Really? So not only is he alive, but he's also cooperating with the enemy, just as we assumed? How disappointing. At least now we know for sure that he sold us out. That is not all, sir. The informant is willing to go against the Society if we can offer a visible strategy. Oh, is that so? Why, that might be the opportunity we've been waiting for. And we just have the thing to make those bastards crumble from the inside. I wonder if they know who they left near their precious leader. I agree it would be the perfect move. Assuming that 162 has not disclosed his orders, sir. That's alright, I'm willing to make that assumption. All those years of programming have to amount to something. We'll lose nothing by providing a piece of evidence, and the payout might be enormous. Plus, if it misfires, it won't be us facing the Society's wrath. Just think about it. We could single-handedly sow chaos in their ranks and poison their trust in 162, and without them, their biggest advantage is as good as gone. Certainly. Should we present this plan to the informant, then? Yes, and let them know when we get their reply. Dismissed. God, had we not told Milo earlier, would that have just happened? I'm so confused on how the choices work here, and I think that's okay. I mean, that warrants, like, going through it again and seeing what the changes are, but I'm just, like, kind of befuddled by how many choices there are and, like, how far they actually go. Ugh, fuck this. I've looked through so many faces, I'm not even sure what the guy looked like anymore. All that effort might be for nothing. And still not even a message from Milo. I didn't expect to win them back right away, but to think they'd only give me tasks through the other apprentices? Guess they're really that determined to avoid me. I'd like to think they give me a chance, but should I leave Millbrook if they don't? How would the Society even let me leave, considering how much I know about their affairs? They could wipe my memory and kick me out, I guess. Or just kill me off for spying, even though I'm more than made up for it at this point. Man, now that I think about it, it's been so nice hanging around people who care what I think instead of expecting blind obedience. Unlike the higher-ups at the organization. Fuck that. Fuck the commander for treating us like tools at his disposal. How I'd love to chew him out for that. Not sure if I'd have the guts, though. You would. Alright, another one down. Is there even a point in going past more than 10 or 15 years? Because right now I'm not sure I'd recognize him in a recent photo, let alone an older one. This is no use. I need some more solid proof. A document or personal possession of some kind. I could probably find something if I rummage through his stuff. But that'd be a bit... Any luck with those annals, Mr. Hawthorne? I brought you another cup of coffee and a platter of artisan cookies. Ah, they're almond biscuits. They're easily one of my favorites. Thank you. I told you already, didn't I? You can't just call me Quentin. You can just call me Quentin. And it doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere with this. I should be taking care of security instead of wasting my time here. Well, I know better than to ask about your secret business, despite my utmost curiosity. I will ask, though, is the coffee to your liking? It's a special type of bean I have reserved for my own use, and for the rare guests with exquisite tastes such as you. I couldn't stand to have it contaminated with milk or sugar. It'd be a disgrace to this godly beverage. I wouldn't call myself a connoisseur of the finer things, you know. I'm just not too fond of the sweet stuff. The coffee's great, though. Light, fruity, not a hint of bitterness. I'm going to ask you for shopping directions. Ah, certainly. And I'll be delighted to gift you a bag from my cupboard, too. Oh, it's fine. I can buy my own. I insist. It's not every day that I get to share my love for coffee with a like-minded... At least we have a friend in Albert. Consider it a token of my gratitude. Oh, well, I guess I'll accept it then. Thank you. And for bringing me snacks, even though you didn't have to. Well, I did promise Ren to assist you in the best of my ability, so... Plus, you've been a pleasure to host. And contrary to popular belief, I do occasionally enjoy other people's company. It's just that my preferred company is quite frankly not that of the general public. Though you can probably say that the feeling is mutual. The ordinary folk and I don't exactly mix. Say, could you find a moment to talk about business when you're done with this, Quentin? I think we should tighten the security around archives. Sure. Wonderful. I'll be right there at my desk if you need me. Oh, fuck. And then Albert's gonna hate us when they find out that me and Milo snuck in here one time to steal some goddamn books. Everywhere we go, everything we touch just gets ruined. Q, please. Please, enjoy your stay. Enjoy your coffee and your cookies while it lasts, because next time we see Albert, they're gonna be like, I know what you did. He's nice. I kind of feel bad about breaking into his workplace now. Yeah, me too. But I do have one more place to break into now. Though I guess I'll finish that coffee first. I miss Milo. I miss Jude. I miss my old life. I miss the old Kanye. That's a joke. That's a meme. I don't miss Kanye at all. Well, that was easy. Weird how he didn't even put in a simple barrier to protect his stuff. Does he have nothing to hide, or is he just not that clever? Alright, let's get to it. Oh god. What's in here? Nothing. Let's check out other stuff. Okay. I want to go for the... What's in here? I guess we will never know. Do. Nothing in there either, my friend. He's just looking, don't worry about it. Check the door. Oh. Is snooping around people's chambers a common thing around these parts? Or are you a particularly nosy individual, Mr. Head of Security? Shit. How did he... This is just a routine chamber checkup, sir. We wanted to make sure our guests were comfortable. There's absolutely no need to be alarmed. Oh, how very thoughtful. Our generous host really did think of everything, didn't they? Wouldn't it be in good taste to ask for permission first? Because if you had, you'd have learned I had no reasons to complain. Oh, I mean, that's great. I will be on my way then, sir. Please excuse the interruption. Not so fast, young man. I do have a serious complaint now. And with the way things are looking, I can't just let you go freely. Oh! What? Let me go, you bastard! Strong words for someone who had the nerve to break into the visiting diplomat's chamber. And this handy little spell is just to make sure you won't cause any more trouble. Now let's see what your superiors have to say about this, shall we? I'm sure they'll be eager to hear your explanation. Whatever, he can take me to the masters if he wants. Ren will back me up on this. And even if he pretends to side with the imposter to keep up appearances, I should still have nothing to worry about. Let's just see how this goes. Unless he means the other masters, like his masters, not ours. Well, this is awkward. Master Atwood, Master Venn, I'm sorry to interrupt your tea time, but there's a problem you need to address right this instant. Excuse me? What's the meaning of this, Grandine? That's highly inappropriate. Release him right now. Milo. Of course, as soon as you allow me to explain the reason behind all of this. As I believe there's something I should bring to your attention concerning this man's actions. What the hell are you talking about? He's the last person you could accuse of... I just caught him rummaging through my personal belongings. And he claims he was operating on behalf of your society. Well, he's our head of security. It's well within his rights to search our guests' rooms if there are sufficient arguments to do so. And you agreed to follow our rules when you entered the castle. That may be true, but... And what in the world gives you the right to lay hands on our people? Untie him now. I did it out of concern for your very safety, Master Venn. I had reason to believe this man intended to bring harm to the Snake and Saber Society. And his little tour around my chamber only confirmed those suspicions. Oh, that's nonsense. He never... This kill order seems to contradict your opinion, Master Venn. Would you please have a look? What? How do you get hands on that? Oh, this is ridiculous. See, it just so happens that we sent all our subordinates to the reader not that long ago, and she found nothing to suggest disloyalty. Your cunning plan will not work out. Wait, that's... Why are you trying to trick us with false accusations? To turn us against each other so we'd be easier to take down? False accusations? Oh my, what a doozy. I'm sorry, but it seems there was some kind of terrible misunderstanding. I got information about a mercenary among your ranks from a trusted source, and I was hoping to offer that knowledge in exchange for your good favor. It was just to bring our communities together, believe me. Then why have you been posing as somebody else this whole time? Was that an act of goodwill, too? Excuse me? What, he's a fraud? You didn't tell them, Quentin? All right, I think we've entertained this long enough. This man is not who he's claiming to be, Milo. And as for you, Grandine, how about you drop the act and show us who you really are, What? What is this supposed to be, Master Atwood? Oh, I think that was clear enough. We know you're not the dean, and trying to play off as some misunderstanding will get you nowhere. It's best if you just reveal yourself right now. All right. You've got me. But please, let me explain the reason behind all of this before you jump to hasty conclusions. The truth is, the real Grand Dean fell ill and is asking me to stand in for him in the duration of this visit. We feared it would be fitting to send in a deputy to such important talks, and so we put on this little act to not offend your esteemed friends. I am awfully sorry for the lack of sincerity, but I assure it came from a place of respect, not malice. Then why do you have that kill order? Things aren't adding up. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to, then? Please excuse my rudeness, dear friends. I'm Velvet Plume's treasurer and Chief Security Cornelius Sharp. I hope we could still establish a good partnership in spite of this incident. That sounds like a reasonable explanation. What do you think, Quentin? He's lying. That's not his real face either. How unfortunate. I was really hoping it wouldn't have come to this. Guards, capture this man. Get wrecked. Oh, first time seeing the guards, holy. Uh-oh. I don't think so. Now, I've no idea how you managed to see through my disguise, but it doesn't matter. We'll find another way to strike you down, just you wait. Who sent you? What do you want? Oh, so you didn't know all that much after all. Good. Have fun figuring that out on your own, dear friends. It seems that I overstayed my welcome anyway. Skedaddles. What was that? I'm seeing suspicion pattern with the gingers in this game. Oh no! Holy shit. Are you guys okay? Milo saved us. They do still care. If you discount the whole glamour thing, I guess. We had a disguised enemy in the castle. No one cared to tell me anything. I'm gonna have trust issues now. Well, it's not like we were trying to keep it from you. We must have both assumed the other wouldn't let you know. But then neither of us did, and it was just a misunderstanding, that's all. Whatever. And there goes my plan to investigate his motives. What a pain. Sergeant, please get more people and clean up this mess. I'll take a few guards to look through the imposter's stuff. The imposter! Blue with purple suns! It could give us an idea of who he was and what he came for. That game has ruined any kind of, like, mystery, suspicious game, hasn't it? Alright, we'll leave the rest of you then. Let me know if you find something useful. Sure. Oh god, this is awkward. Don't hurt us, Milo. So, how about we step into my office for a bit? I think it's time we had a proper talk. Yeah, of course. I'm nervous. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm so nervous. Ah! I hate this feeling. You're doing a good job putting me in the fucking shoes because I'm sitting here like, oh. So, I take it you saw through his disguise with your quirk? Just what I expect from our brilliant head of security. I knew you'd be great at this job. Can we skip the pleasantries and address the obvious? I won't have peace of mind until I know where we stand. Right. So I took some time to think about our conversation, and to be honest, I had a hard time coming to terms with what you told me. Starting with the fact that you hid it all from me and all the talk about killing people. It was like I suddenly didn't know you at all. I see. Well, I don't blame you. I've always felt you deserve someone better. Sorry, that sounded grimmer than I intended. That's not what I was saying, Q. Come here. Oh. I'll fucking cry, damn it. I'll fucking do it. I'll do it on stream. I don't give a fuck. I'm cool. I'm cool. Okay? Oh. I missed you a lot, you know? I mean, it's only been a few days, but it felt really lonely. It did! It felt very lonely. So I wanted to tell you that my feelings for you haven't changed. And that I'm not giving up on you. Really? I was convinced you never want to see me again. And you still told me all of that. Sounds like someone's back to their self-sabotaging ways. Weirdly enough, I did it so I could stay by your side. Because you couldn't make a conscious choice to be with me unless you learned about my past. But I also knew that my chances would take a nosedive once I confessed everything, so what convinced you to stay? It was a number of things, really. I talked to June, and, well, she was pissed at you at first, but you should really thank her for advocating for you as hard as she did. She helped me reframe the whole thing in a more acceptable way, you know? And so, while I absolutely hate the thought of you killing anyone, the bottom line is, you were taking orders from your superiors and fighting for your own survival, which is not much different from what soldiers normally do. Except that soldiers choose to join the military and you had no say in where you ended up, so I think I might be able to accept that. I went to meet up with the reader, too. She gave me some answers I was looking for, and now I understand why you felt like you couldn't tell me the truth. But I'm glad that you did, and I forgive you for keeping it a secret for so long. You're a saint. I love you so much. And I love you. But going forward, we're gonna have to set up some rules, okay? 2 rules and 1 condition to be more precise. Rule number 1, no more killing. I won't hold you accountable for the things you've done before we met because it wasn't your fault, but you need to stick to the law from now on. No exceptions. Of course. I mean, unless your life is in danger and it's the only way to save you. Okay, I guess there might be exceptions to this one, but let's leave it for now. Rule number 2, no more secrets. I mean, small things are fine, but we need to be on the same page about the important stuff. I don't want to be surprised with a revelation like this ever again. Alright. And the condition? If I ever catch you in a lie, we're done. I said my feelings for you hadn't changed, but this incident really undermined all the trust I had in you, and you can't build a relationship without it. So right now, I'm choosing to believe you'll be honest with me because I want this to work. But if you lie to me again, there won't be another chance. Okay. I mean, I never technically lied to you because the things I said were always true in one way or another, but no, Q. No half-truths, no white lies, no lying by omission. If something big enough to affect our lives, I need to know. Even if you think you'd be protecting me by holding it back. No, you're absolutely right. It'll be completely honest with you from now on, I promise. Good, because I will hold you to that. And if there's anything else you think I should know, it's best if you tell me now. Well, then I should probably tell you how I tricked the organization into thinking I was dead. but that's quite gruesome, so... Why, did you kill someone? Yes, a homeless person nobody would look for. I transmuted his body to look like me and planted it for the organization to find. But also, he was, like, stalking us and being really fucking weird. I know it's abominable, but it was the only thing I could think of that'd get me off my back. Wait, you transmuted the entire body on your own? How? You would have run out of power before you get even halfway done. And I did. But I managed to reach you before things got too bad. Remember when I knocked on your door barely holding up? You really saved me that night, in more than one sense. So you pushed your power to the limit and almost got yourself corrupted to do all that? You must have really been at the end of your rope. Well, it was the only way I could stay here with you. So I bet everything on that plan working out. And it still turned out more challenging than I'd imagined. It sure did, since now either side could consider you their enemy. And those people going after you must have been from the organization too, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think they were looking for me specifically, but it would have been bad if they found me walking around Millbrook, so you used the Society's help to make sure they wouldn't. That's smart, I guess. Or should I say cunning. Maybe you're not as good as I thought you were. You know, since we're talking secrets, I should probably... Damn it! Come on, run! Get out of here! Hey, can we talk about what just happened? I think you owe me an explanation. Who, me? What did I do? That piece of paper he gave you. Why did you destroy it without letting me see it? Oh, that thing? I don't know. I just got angry that he accused Q like that and just... It was a spur-of-the-moment thing, okay? Why would you want to look at it anyway? It was just a piece of trash. I would have probably not given it another thought if the whole thing ended there, but I found a copy of that same paper in the imposter's chamber, and it doesn't even say anything about Quentin. Just that someone codename 162 was ordered to kill you. Now, would you care to explain how you made that connection in the split second before you burned it? Oh, well, I didn't read it, okay? I assumed it was about Q because the guy said so. No, don't play these silly games with me. You destroyed it because you knew it was real, didn't you? It wouldn't make sense otherwise. Fine. It probably was real, okay? But that doesn't mean that the accusations weren't false. The imposter just dug up some outdated info and tried using it to divide us. Fucking hell, Milo. So that's really how it is, then. He's an enemy spy with an order to kill you? Why are you covering for him? Are you completely out of your mind? No, he's on our side, Ren. He betrayed them to stay here. I know how that sounds, but it's true, okay? I even went back to see the reader and she confirmed this. He's loyal to this society, even now. It may seem that way now, but I can't help but question the loyalty of someone who's already switched teams once, you know? And as for the reader, she can only judge what she sees at the time of the trial. What if you break up, or if he wakes up one day and decides his heart is no longer in it? I mean, these are fair questions. He could easily get rid of you and go back wherever he came from. Except that I know that he wouldn't, okay? He didn't choose to be there in the first place, and from what I've heard, they treated him like garbage. Nobody would go back to a life like that. I don't think we know him enough to say that for sure, Milo. If he lied about something this big, there's no telling what other secrets he might still be hiding. I trust him. I'm sure you do, but we can't rely on your reasoning here. Not when it's clouded by your feelings for him, anyway. We need to put him in a cell and let the sages decide what to do with him. Oh, absolutely not. I'm not leaving his fate to a bunch of geezers. They'd ignore all of our reasons and persecute him out of fear. Not gonna happen. Besides, I don't see why you feel entitled to an opinion on this. It's between me and him. Oh, like hell it is. You're not just an ordinary person, Milo. You're the highest representative of this damn community. And despite what you might want to think, your life is not yours alone. Do you really not understand the consequences if you turn out to be wrong about this? Of course I do. But I'd rather take that chance than go against my heart. My feelings for him have a lot more weight than your baseless concerns. Why? Could you be reasonable this one time, please? Why are you still willing to risk your life for a fling? Are you really that desperate? Oh, this is fucking insulting. No, I am not desperate, and I don't feel like I'm risking anything by trusting him. But if you don't trust my judgment, I'm packing my stuff and leaving the castle tonight. I'm dead serious. Fine, have it your way then. And as much as I hate the thought of leaving it as it is, I'm going to trust the reader's judgment of him. For now, that is. If he gives me the slightest reason to doubt his intentions, I will stop at nothing to protect the society. Now that aside, there's a bigger issue looming over our heads. How would the imposter get his hands on this? I don't know. He couldn't have. I made sure to destroy the original once I confirmed the contents. That's standard procedure. So how could this end up in his possession then? Well, that's just my speculation, but there is a small enemy camp right outside the castle, so it wouldn't make a lot of effort to get a copy straight from the source. So they're the same people you used to work for. I've got reason to believe so, yeah. You said they bought the story about you being dead, though. And the captives clearly believed it, too. Why would they play the order card now of all times? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they somehow figured it out? Alright, the details are not all that important now. I want to avoid conflict with an unawakened party, but I think it's time we dealt with the problem once and for all, since it's getting in the way of other things. And what better opportunity to do that than that we have their former member on our side. What do you say, Quentin? It would certainly prove which side you're really on. Of course. I want to see them fall just as much as you do. I'll help however I can. Great. It is decided then. Now before we consider any nuclear options, I'd like to at least try to resolve the conflict peacefully. We'll send an envoy asking why they're here and what they want from us. Maybe we can find a common ground despite everything they went down. Wait, can we keep Q's involvement in this secret? People might not take it well, especially in light of the recent attack. I guess the regular members don't need to know unless it's relevant to them somehow. But we should probably tell June and Iris if we're going to use this help. Well, June already knows because I asked for her advice, and Iris can be kept in dark until the peaceful option is off the table. She's already hostile towards Q. I don't want to give her another reason to hate him. Alright, let's just leave things as they are for now. I'm going to go and prepare to send out the delegates. What about the imposter? Are we just going to let him go? For all we know, he might already be at his home base, making a report and trying to excuse his failure to trick us. We'll be sure to check his stuff for clues and question his entourage, but other than that, honestly, there's not much we can do. Not if he covered his tracks with magic, anyway. The good news is, his escape doesn't change a lot in the grand scheme of things. We've been in a constant state of war with rival societies from the very beginning of our existence. It's nothing new. Yeah, but now he knows we're here. And he must have a good idea how we operate from what we've shown him. Too, what if he brings company and they use that knowledge to destroy us? Well, that's always been a possibility, one way or another. But that's also why we have barriers and protective spells. How do you think we've survived up until now, Plus, it'll be a while before we step down from the current safety measures anyway, but we'll leave the specifics to the head of security. Which may or may not be your problem, depending on the circumstances. Now, off to my office. I'll let you know when we're ready to discuss the details. Sure, bye. I like that Ren is I like that he is just very loyal to. I like that he's not always on our side and is questioning, but is willing to buy into it. I like that he's like this a lot. It's cool. So I don't think I'll be able to focus on work with all the drama going on and stuff. I've had enough stress for today. Let's go home. Yeah. I think that's a good place to stop there. Oh wait. This scene's actually probably gonna be cute. You know what? I fucking lied. I guess we're gonna stay. Something on your mind? After this scene, we will. Okay. Something on your mind? Nah, nothing. I was just thinking of how lucky I am to have you. Thank you for giving me another chance. And for standing up to Ren. Something tells me he would have dragged me to jail and lost the key if it wasn't for you. Oh, please, I defy Ren just to spite him, love. Even more so to protect you. It felt good to return the favor for once, you know? Besides, we both know how much Ren likes to exaggerate stuff. His warning should always be taken with a grain of salt. Yeah, well, I understand where he's coming from. If it was about somebody else, I wouldn't be happy with you either. Well, good thing that it isn't, right? Right. Hey, there's actually one more thing I need to show you. Aww. Whoa, those are some scary looking scars. How come I never noticed them before? Yeah, sorry, I covered them up with a vanishing spell just like my signature. I didn't want you to question how a programmer could have gotten shot and cut, so... It's alright. You had to keep up the appearances, I get it. Plus, I can help you get rid of them, for good if they bother you. You don't need to be reminded of the past every time you look in the mirror. It's kind of a weird choice, I guess. Do we want to completely rid ourselves from the society, or do we want to, I mean, not... This is tough because I don't know. It's probably not even that serious either, but I'm like really trying to think about the context. Like, you know, a lot of the themes of the story are like changing yourself to better reflect how you feel inside. And if Q truly wants to move on and be like but during like the trying to put on a face thing during the masquerade, he did take on T's face, which implies that he doesn't want to let go of everything related to it. But that's not so much an organization thing, more so as just like a himself thing in his heart. So like, I mean, and he still has the fucking tattoo brand. So maybe just no. Nah, I think I'll keep them. They might not be tied to my fondest memories, but they're small reminders of the life I lived. I wouldn't be who I am today if it not for the things I've experienced, you know? Yeah, I get that. That's the reason I kept mine, too. Because I haven't always been this self-assured, and it cost me a lot to feel comfortable in my own skin. I don't want to take all that growth for granted. Is that related to whatever you wanted to tell me? I think you mentioned a secret pack, back at the castle. Well, it's not so much a secret, but rather something that happened before you came here. And I just think that you might want to know, so... There was a bit of a controversy around that incident with Maya. Some people speculated I may have killed her to take her position. Oh. Huh. That's pretty much what I had in mind. Had on you in my files when I came here, you know. That you killed your predecessor to gain power and start bossing everyone around. It was the reason why the organization wanted you gone in the first place. Yeah, that makes sense. The rumors were pretty nasty back then. And no one really knew what had happened because Maya and I were the only ones there at the time. So I can see why people would be hesitant to take my word for it. I mean, but still, wasn't she like a mother figure to you? She was, and those who knew us refused to believe I'd hurt her for my own gain. But the opposing minority was so vocal about my supposed involvement that the master had to address it, especially since they wanted me to fill their spot as soon as possible. And honestly, I didn't even want the title, but I couldn't stand to be called my teacher's murderer. That's why I agreed to be put through the reader's trial, to clear up those accusations. I see. That must have shut them up. Oh, you'd be surprised, love. Some people wouldn't be convinced no matter what. But the reader's statements had at least disproved most of their arguments. And whatever they say about me behind closed doors is not really my problem, and so... I can imagine they'd be up in arms if they found out about my past. I'd really hate to ruin your reputation. Like I said, not my problem. I have to tell you, though. And I mean, it's probably not something I should admit, but it is kind of hot, you know? That whole assassin thing. Not Milo being into it. Okay. But of course, those who really know Milo, me, had already seen this coming. I was like, it's going to be hard for them to take it, but they're probably going to admire at least some of it, okay? They've got a rebellious streak. They get it. Ex-assassin, to be precise. Sure, but it's just the idea of it. Like, I've always felt safe with you, but you're actually a lot more capable than I imagined. And I'm liking this new bad boy vibe quite a lot. I don't know, I liked it more when he called me good. He doesn't want to be a bad boy, he wants to be a good boy, despite everything I've been made to think about myself. Well, Q, I know is a very good boy indeed. I just hope that the lovely times we've had weren't all a lie. No, of course not. I never faked my feelings for you. I'd give you the moon and the stars if you so much as asked. That's a bit extreme, but okay, I guess. I'm sure we'll be fine, love. We had a rough patch on our way, but we'll get stronger for it, you'll see. Yeah. I believe in y'all. Y'all make me believe in love. I swear to God, if it's the fucking, like, organization again, and I'm gonna have to open next stream with the organization shit. Let's see. The suspense. Oh, okay, no, it's just Albert. Cool. Awesome. So I'm excited. Holy shit. Okay, so I was right. Shit did hit the fan. But I think nothing can stop us now. Alright? The worst is gone. Like, some other stuff might happen, blah, blah, blah. It might be scary or whatever. But as long as they love each other, everything will be okay. And I believe in that. I believe in that. So, thank you for your time. Jesus Christ. What a great stream today. Like, I enjoy the story so much more every time I engage with it. I had a great time pretty much every stream so far and every stream going forward. I have no idea how far we are in, but I imagine that we're like getting closer to the end. And I'm nervous for all the things that are gonna happen. But you know, Q and Milo are like my OTP, would die for them. They're so special. June said it themselves that they're perfect for each other, and even had they not said it, I would already feel that way. So they're very special to me, and I legit did cry then when Milo like forgave Q. Like, I just remembering it, I think that might be my favorite scene so far, because it's just like, it's so like, there's so much doubt still, you know, because like we're in Q's head. Like, so we know his intentions, but like for Milo to just believe it still, you know, just shows how much they really care about him, and like, it's so sweet. Like, god damn. And that's a lot to get over. Like, I mean, for us, I joke, I'm like, oh, it's not the big a deal, you know, whatever. Like, it is a big fucking deal. Like, I can't even imagine, you know, like having to be like, oh, you were actually sent here to kill me, and like me trusting you could not only put my life at stake but everybody's life at stake. And Milo doubled down because he really they really believe in Q, and like they know how it feels to have everybody against them, and like it's so nice. What a wonderful game. Genuinely, like, it's been a wonderful game up until this point, but like just their relationship really is the crux of it. And it's like everything else is wonderful and fine, but to me it's the window dressing to what their relationship is, and it's wonderful that they get to like fight against these bigger than life cool like things just for each other. Like, the power of love is so strong, and I love it very much, and I'm very appreciative to have the opportunity to read the story and to do it live and to document it, because it's been a great time. So if it's coming to an end pretty soon, a lot of my fucking games that I've been enjoying are coming to an end this week, so I'm also emotional, because I'm like, god damn, all these things I've been enjoying since I started streaming are like, they're almost gone now, and it's bittersweet, okay? It's one of those stories where it's like, man, I'm never going to be able to experience it for the first time again, so it's very special to document it so that when I go later I can re-experience me experiencing it for the first time, if that makes sense. So it's been wonderful. It's been a great time. Anyway, I probably said that like 10 times in a row. 10 times, wonderful time, blah blah blah. But thank you all for coming to the stream as always. It's a busy week this week of streaming a bunch of different things. I'll show you. So let's see my schedule real fast. Get out of here. So this week, we already did My Mind yesterday, which was really good. If you haven't played it, I would recommend playing it because it's a good time. Play Quaint today, and we'll be playing Quaint again on next Tuesday, and we're just gonna keep doing it on Tuesday until we finish it, whatever that is. And then play some of the side games and stuff too. So, then tomorrow we will be streaming our Cinderella before we get into the last part of our Wonderland. And I plan to stream the whole thing of our Cinderella tomorrow, which I imagine is quite long because it's 3 different routes, but I don't know, it also is a side game, so it might not be that long either. We'll see. Then on Thursday we're going to be playing Ronde Doug, since it's Chime's birthday, and also I just wanted to play the game, so, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. So I hope you guys can come out, if not for me, but to celebrate Chime's birthday for a little bit, because I do have a surprise that I'm excited to show in the stream. And then on Friday, I will be streaming our Wonderland, the finale, the second it comes out. So basically, it's going to be like an impromptu stream, hence why there's not a time. So basically, the second it comes out is I'm going to get ready and get on stream. So I'll try to be ready when I wake up that morning, so I'm ready to go. I'm super excited. Keep in mind, if you want to experience our Wonderland on your own, separate from me, please do that. Do not let me take this experience away from you, because it's nice to experience it firsthand. I'm planning mostly just to do it for me and Carrot, and for the people who are too scared to play the games themselves and instead watch the streams with me. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, it's a busy week, but I'm excited to get back into Quaint next week. I had a wonderful time today, as I've said like 10 times, and I hope that you guys had a good time watching. I know it was a lot of reading and a lot of like emotional stuff today, so it might have been a little bit maybe slower, I don't know, but I had a good time. And that's all that matters. But I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day, time zone, all that. And we'll talk more in the future. Bye!